Welcome to New York Yankee baseball. From Fenway Park, the Yankees meet the Boston Red Sox. Participating advertisers are the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of light beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. Toyota hopes you'll enjoy today's Yankee game. You asked for it, now you get more than your money's worth at Toyota. Manufacturers Hanover, where it's banking the way you want it to be. Burger King, where you get the best Don burgers, all 100% pure beef. Pepsi-Cola in your local Pepsi bottle. Have a Pepsi day. Colonial Provision Company, the makers of Yankees Franks, with a taste that takes you out to the ball game. Con Edison, serving 9 million people in New York and Westchester. The 70 greater New York area Midas dealers who say, when it comes to your car, don't compromise, Midas side. By Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time, with a full line of quality home electronics products and the New York Yankees. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to New York Yankee Baseball. I'm Phil Rizzuto, along with Bill White. Frank Messer will be along a little later on. The final game, Bill White, of this Yankee-Red Sox series, and I can't remember when I've enjoyed a weekend more.
Let me ask you something. You've played up here quite a bit with the Yankees. Have you, on any Yankee ball club, ever come into Boston and swept a four-game series, or any series from the Red Sox?
Yes, we did sweep a series, but it was early in the year. Never late in the year has the Yankees ever swept a series from the Red Sox. This was way back when Joe DiMaggio was playing, had one of his greatest series, 11 runs batted in 3 games. It was not a 4-game series, but as I mentioned, it was early in the year. And unfortunately, the Red Sox, unfortunately for the Yankees right now, are doing everything wrong. And the Yankees doing everything right.
Well, we'll be back to talk some more about that right after this.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, Toyota's lowest priced car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
We both love all the Colonial bacons. The only question is, Jim, which one is the best?
Let's see, Billy.
The special cut bacon? Cut from where the bacon's best. Colonial's maple sugar cured bacon with a Vermont country flavor. The lean taste of Colonial beef strips, a tasty beef blend.
You know, that's good, too.
Or Colonial smoky strips, a delicious combination of pork and bacon. Well, Jim, what's your favorite?
So far, the first 4.
Next time you cook, and I'll choose
Colonial Bacons. Which one is best?
Manufacturers Hanover. All banks are not the same. At Manufacturers Hanover, it's banking the way you want it to be. This copyright program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. And you hear the cheers from the crowd as the Red Sox take the field. And right now, everybody's standing for our national anthem.
Making the ride. And play to save. And John Kiley plays our national anthem.
the fourth and final game of this four-game series. The Yankees have swept the first three, and I mean swept them. On the mound, the rookie Bobby Sprowl. Big, tall left-hander will be going for the Red Sox. And for the Yankees, Ed Figueroa. As you get a good look at cozy Fenway Park up here in Beantown. Today, the sun not shining. We had sun. Well, we actually played 2 night games, didn't have much sun. But yesterday, sunny and very windy. Today, the wind has turned around instead of blowing in. Kind of a lazy breeze towards that green monster in left field. And so the pitchers will have to be a little more careful today. Because anything hit fairly well be either off the wall or up on the screen. You can see Art Fowler, and is that Figueroa walking with him? Coming in after loosening up out in the bullpen. Back to shortstop right now. We give you the Yankee lineup. Mickey Rivers, looking at the big left-hander Bobby Sprowl. Rivers leads off in center field. Randolph at second, bats second. Thurman Munson catching and batting third. Reggie Jackson will be the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Lou Piniella in right field hits fifth. Chambliss at first base, batting sixth. Greg Nettles, the third baseman, batting seventh. Roy White in left field, hitting eighth. And Bucky Dent, batting ninth and playing shortstop. And stepping in, the lead off for the New York Yankees, Mickey Rivers, and stepping behind the microphone, Bill White.
All right, we're looking at Bob Sprowl, from Huron, Ohio. Tampa, Florida. He's 0-1 for the Boston Red Sox here, lost to Baltimore. He's making only his second start, and he's pitching against Mickey Rivers, the Yankee center fielder. Mickey batting at .270 with 11 home runs and 44 runs batted in. He's 5 for 11 so far in the first 3 ball games. Ball 1. The umpire behind the plate is Jim Evans. Well, they talk about Sproul. They say he throws sort of like Mike Caldwell of the Milwaukee Brewers. Not quite as hard, but he keeps the ball down, a little sinker.
If he does, he's going to be pretty tough.
Well, count is 2 balls, no strikes on Mickey Rivers. It'll be Rivers, Randolph, and Munson for the Yankees against Bob Sproul. 3-0. Youngster might be a little nervous, Scooter. This is only his second start. He made his first, I believe, down in Baltimore against the Orioles, away from home, but now a little different situation. Red Sox have lost 3 in a row. They've got a full house here, and the youngster's bound to be a little bit nervous.
A lot of butterflies flying around his stomach.
Ball 4. Rivers walks on 4 pitches.
I tell you, when you can walk Rivers on 4 pitches, you've done a job. As Mickey's cutting and slashing up there.
And there will be an additional burden on young Sproul. Now he's got to hold Rivers at first base. And George Scott is telling him to be careful with Mickey Rivers, an excellent base runner. Here's Willie Randolph, the Yankees' second baseman, 5 for 12 in the series. He's hit in 6 straight ball games, batting at .275 with 3 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Yankees have won 5 in a row and 3 in a row against the Red Sox to cut the gap to just 1 run. There's a strike. Cut the gap to just 1 ball game.
Well, he didn't come to a stop at all there, Bill, on that first pitch. He came right down and threw to the plate.
Split screen with Rivers off first. No balls. 1 strike on Willie Randolph. And Rivers back easily.
See something unusual, Bill? Big George Scott's got a glove on his throwing hand. Can't remember seeing that before.
1 ball and 1 strike on Willie Randolph. Looks like he's got a lot of pine tar on that glove also. He might have trouble throwing with that thing, although I'm sure he took infield with it. And Rivers back at first easily. This is the 12th meeting between these 2 teams. The Red Sox have won 6 and the Yankees 5. The last 3 in a row right here at Fenway. Curve is low. 2 balls, 1 strike on Willie Randolph. Yankees get to Sproul early. The Red Sox might be in a bit of trouble because their bullpen really has not done a job the first 3 ball games. I've yet to see their ace out of the bullpen, Bob Stanley. I don't know if Zimmer would want to bring him in this early. Bergmeyer's pitched. Campbell, there goes Rivers. And he's safe at second base. Mickey Rivers fields second. Pitch was low and away. And the count is 3 balls and a strike on Willie Randolph. Well, Rivers.
We look at it again, and the throw had been down. They would have had Mickey. Mick still got that slight hamstring pull. And the throw actually beats him there. Up high, though, and tailing away, and he missed Mickey. And that's Mick's 22nd stolen base of the year.
3-1 on Willie Randolph. Ball 4, and Randolph walks. Out pops Don Zimmer. And you'll see the Red Sox skipper in just a moment as he'll be out on the mound talking to Bob Sprowl. Sprowl has walked the first 2 Yankees. There's Zimmer. He walked Rivers on 4 pitches. Went to 3-1 on Willie Randolph. The first pitch over. Is that Stanley out there?
Check that.
It might be a little bit of trouble if they have to use Stanley this year.
Yep, that's Bob Stanley, their ace. Well, you mentioned, Bill, the kid's pitching under a tremendous amount of pressure. And then walking Rivers, he had even more pressure when Mickey stole second. He was concentrating so hard on Rivers, he lost Randolph.
Now Zimmer goes back. It's a little time to try to calm Bob Sprowl down. Yankees have runners at first and second. Nobody out, and the batter's Thurman Munson. Thurman 5 for 11 in the series so far. He's batting .293, 6 home runs and 65 runs batted in. Munson playing with assorted injuries. We've talked so much about the Boston Red Sox injuries. But Thurman, a gamer, staying in there. He's been hit in the head in this series. He's been hit in the arm in this series. Still playing. Call strike on Munson. Well, after walking Rivers, Sproul got the first pitcher over on Randolph and proceeded to throw 4 straight balls. Now he's 0-1 with Thurman Munson. Strike 2 on Munson. Maybe Zimmer had the right words for Bob Sproul. Thurman did not believe that was a strike. He turns around and says something to Jim Evans. Yankees won the opener of this series 15-3. They won Friday night 13-2. Yesterday 7-0. Total of 35 runs, 49 hits. Out of play through the first 3 ball games here at Fenway Park. Those 49 hits included 2 home runs, 2 triples, 5 doubles. Red Sox pitchers walked 11 Yankees. They hit 3. And the Red Sox made a total of 11 errors in those 3 ball games. Might be 2. There's 1. Double play. And on the play, Rivers goes to third base. Thurman Munson bouncing into a 6-4-3 double play, and here it is again.
Yeah, he keeps that ball down. Thurman pounds the curve right into the ground. Tailor-made double play. The one thing the Yankees did not want. And Remy back in action again. Got rid of that ball well.
Well, there are 2 outs now. Rivers over at third base, and here's Reggie Jackson, the designated hitter. 21 home runs, 77 runs batted in. He's batting at .278. The right one on Jackson. Bob Sprowl trying to pitch himself out of trouble here in the top half of the first inning. He walked the first 2 batters, but got Munson to ground into a double play. On the ground, Remy can't get to it. The Yankees lead 1-0. Jackson once again coming through with a big hit. It was his base hit to left field that gave the Yankees their go-ahead run in the opener. And Jackson bounces one up the middle for a base hit. His 78th run batted in. Rivers scored easily, and it's 1-0 Yankees.
That was a pretty good pitch that Reggie hit, too. Another breaking ball. Right past the diving Remy.
Rivers scoring easily, bringing on Lou Piniella. He's had an excellent series. Piniella now batting at .317, 5 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Inside and low to Piniella. Another big crowd here at Fenway. They had 34 plus, 33 plus, 33 plus, and they'll have about 33 plus here for the fourth game. 2 balls, no strikes on Lou Piniella. Now, so far, the scouting report on this kid, Bob Sprowl, has been correct. He keeps that ball down low. It is not overpowering. Two and one. Piniella going after a bad pitch. Like a low slider.
Yeah, didn't throw him the fastball. Watch the way he twirls that ball around and back. I don't know whether he's nervous or just does it on every pitch, but really spins it around.
He was signed in 1977 by the Red Sox. Pitched in the Cape Cod League in 1976. Three and one. Standing on deck is Chris Chambliss. The Yankees lead 1-0 in the top half of the first inning here at Fenway Park. Final game of a 4-game series between the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Ball 4. Piniella walks. Third walk given up by Bob Sprowl. So Jackson will go to second base as Piniella jogs down to first. And that'll bring on Chris Chambliss. He's 4 for 14 in the series. He's batting .287, 10 home runs and 83 runs batted in. Bill mentioned to you earlier, the wind is blowing toward left here as Chambliss takes the strike. One and one. Two balls and a strike on Chris Chambliss. Bob Stanley still throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Of course, with Greg Nettles on deck. Probably stay with the youngster if he does not get Chambliss. 3 and 1. Ball 4, and that's going to be all for the youngster, Don Zimmer, walking out toward the mound, his second trip here in the first inning. And that'll be all for Bob Sprowl. He's got to take him out, and Bob Stanley, the right-hander, will come on and pitch to Greg Nettles. And we'll be back with more baseball from Fenway right after this.
When we made our first White Owl Invincible, we knew cigar lovers would love it, but we had no idea how much. For years, it's been the biggest selling White Owl. And why not? Look at that classic shape, huh? And when it comes to mild, this is why the word was invented. The White Owl Invincible. We're gonna get you. Oh, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you.
You know, a lot of people think Billy and I argue all the time. Actually, we agree on just about everything, right, Bill?
Yeah, you betcha, George.
We even drink the same beer.
Light beer from Miller. Light's got a third less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
And the best thing is it tastes so great.
No, George, the best thing is less filling.
No, Bill, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy?
Yeah, George.
You're fired.
Oh, not again.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Fan Appreciation Day is coming up at Yankee Stadium Saturday, September 30th. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Cleveland Indians that day will get one of these great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features the Yankee emblem and a brand new full-color 1978 Yankee team picture. That's Fan Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 30th.
Noisy muffler? Don't compromise.
Hey, your muffler, Midas size it.
At Midas, the muffler specialists.
All right-hander Bob Stanley, the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox here in the first inning. Bob Sprowl went 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 1 run on just 1 base hit. The youngster probably a little nervous. Wild, he walked 4 and didn't strike out anybody. So with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Although left-handed batter's up, Don Zimmer decided to go with his right-handed ace relief pitcher, Bob Stanley. He's making his 44th appearance for the Boston Red Sox. He's won 13 and lost just 2. In addition, he's picked up 8 saves. An ERA of 2.76 for Bob Stanley. 115 base hits in 114 innings pitched. He has walked 29 and struck out 31 and hit a batter. Well, Stanley pitching under a little bit of pressure here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and he wants to talk to Rick Burleson, his shortstop. Sun trying to break through here at Fenway as the Yankees lead 1-0. In the top half of the first inning, once again, they've broken out on top. In all 3 previous ball games, the Yankees broken out on top and won them. They're on top here, 1-0. The 2-out single by Reggie Jackson just eluding the diving Jerry Remy at second base. Nettles, 23 home runs, 79 runs batted in. On the ground, through right side, base hit. 2 runs will score, and Chambliss will go to third. And the Yankees now lead 3-0. Nettles jumping on Stanley's first pitch. Gregg now has 81 runs batted in. Here it is again. First pitch, Stanley to Nettles. Ball right there, and Nettles drills it through the right side. Scoring 2 runs and a 3-0 Yankee lead. Happy Yankee pitch. The batter now is Roy White. Ball 1 on White. Roy, 5 for 11 in this series. His batting average now at .257 with 7 home runs and 38 runs batted in. A ball and a strike on White. Well, the Yankees have scored 3 runs on just 2 base hits. Walks really hurt, and Bob Sprowl, the starter, had walked 4 before being relieved by Bob Stanley. One and 2 on Roy White. Well, I've never seen a contending team really play as badly as the Red Sox have played this series.
No, there's no doubt about that. And it's not that they choked, it's just that they're in a terrible slump.
And I've never seen a team play as well as the Yankees have played the first 3 games. George Scott will go to second base for some reason, makes the play there. That's a tough play, but he made it to second, and the side is retired. The Yankees scored 3 runs in the top of the first. It's 3-0 Yankees. Boston coming up bottom half the first inning.
Calling marking rule, which will be 34 at Fenway Park. And going on playing field or an inning.
How do I get a checking account that won't cost me anything?
At Manufacturers Hanover, just keep $400 in a savings or checking account, and your checking is free.
Well, you see, now I'm going to be writing a lot of checks. I got, look here, I got Plant of the Month Club, Cheese of the Month Club, and then I got Shirley Psychiatry bills, and that's my canary. She's afraid of height.
Oh.
You have your own problems. All right, just fine, thank you. What I'm trying to say is, what would happen if I accidentally bounce a check?
You can apply for overdraft protection.
Really? Where do I sign?
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be.
Come on, come on, come on, it's the Pepsi way. Come on and have a Pepsi day. You found a place to celebrate. Pepsi's cold food is great. Come on and have a Pepsi day. You're the Pepsi generation. The Pepsi day.
System 3.
The best Zenith ever.
The best ever.
A brand new picture tube for the sharpest Zenith picture ever.
Sharpest picture.
And an all-new modular chassis.
All new.
Designed to be the best performing, the most reliable color TV in Zenith history.
The most reliable.
Zenith System 3.
Zenith System 3.
It's the best Zenith ever.
All right, Ed Figueroa on the mound has won 15 and lost 9. 0-1 against the Red Sox this year, and 8-7 career-wise against the Boston Red Sox. Figueroa making his 30th start of the year. And every Yankee pitcher, with the exception of Ron Guidry, got runs to work with in the very first inning. Guidry got his in the 4th inning, but there were 7 of them. And that's got to make you feel a little better, Bill.
Yep, Figueroa usually pitches well against the Boston Red Sox. That's one of the reasons the Yankees picked him up from California in the first place. They were having trouble with the Red Sox, especially here at Fenway Park, lifetime against the Red Sox. Figueroa's won 8 and lost 7. And he'll pitch to Rick Burleson. Burleson, one of the few Red Sox players having a good series. He's 4 for 12. Overall batting at .249. Bottom of the first, Yankees lead 3-0. Ball 1 too high. It'll be Burleson, Fred Lynn, the center fielder, and Jim Rice, the designated hitter, against Ed Figueroa in the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Figgy's second start against the Red Sox this year. Lost to them 9-5 here at Fenway on July 3rd. 3-0. Three balls and a strike on Rick Burleson. Three and 2. Yanks, by the way, lead the American League in pitching. As a staff, they have a 3.17 ERA. Foul outside third base, past Eddie Yost, the Red Sox third base coach. And the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Rick Burleson. In addition to getting that great pitching, the Yankees are second in the league to the Baltimore Orioles. Ball 4, and Burleson walks. Talking about Baltimore, Scooter, they had a rare Sunday off day, and they flew in from Toronto. A lot of them came out to see the ball game.
Yeah, Bill O'Donnell sitting right back of us, and a lot of the Orioles, but it's amazing to have a Sunday off. I never heard of it.
Not in baseball.
Of course, they do strange things in Baltimore.
Well, now, wait a minute. They're playing in Toronto, weren't they? Baltimore. Now, Fred Lynn takes the ball. That'll be out of play, slicing in the left field corner and on top of the roof down there. It's a ball and a strike on Lynn. The wind is blowing toward left here at Fenway. It had been blowing toward right field and in the previous 3 ball games. Lynn batting at .294, 20 home runs and 68 runs batted in. Right to Chambliss. He's double play.
And the Yankees still getting those big breaks. Everything going their way. That was a bullet. Would have been a double at least. Lynn gets out in front of this one with the bat, drills it, but Chambliss was in the right spot.
That's a tough play, too, holding the runner on and having quick enough hands to make that line drive catch. So unassisted double play for Chris Chambliss. 2 outs, and here's Jim Rice. And Rice takes the strike. Jim has 38 home runs. That's tops in the big leagues. 121 runs batted in. That's also tops in the big leagues. And a .325 batting average. 2 strikes on Rice. Yankees lead 3-0. Red Sox batting in the bottom half of the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on base. Got him. Good slider. Rice goes down swinging. Sides retired. At the end of 1, the Yankees 3, the Boston Red Sox 0.
I won't get stuck like this again. Next time, I want a car that gives me my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. Because Toyotas are built for comfort, durability, and performance. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'll get my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
When the Republicans ran New York State, taxes increased 8 times in 16 years, and people who lived in neighborhoods like this one struggled harder to make ends meet. My administration has helped poor and middle-class families. We cut taxes by more than $1 billion. We eliminated the income tax surcharge and reduced income tax rates. We provided special help to the elderly and to families with college-bound children. We cut taxes by cutting the growth in government spending. If families have to live within their means, so should government.
On Monday, the party of the first part in Cleveland sued the party of the second part in San Diego. On Tuesday, the party of the second part turned right around and sued the party of the first part and named the party of the third in San Francisco. On Wednesday, the party of the third part sued a fourth and fifth party in Jacksonville. And on Thursday, the party of the fifth part not only sued a sixth party, but all the other parties one more time. Now we ask you, where would all these parties be without Federal Express Courier Pack? Up to 2 pounds picked up, flown, and delivered overnight for only $14.
Bucky Dent leading off of the Yankees in the second inning. It's a ball and no strikes on him. Base hit left field for Bucky Dent. He is now hitting 10 in a row, and he'll hold at first base. The base hit by Nettles, a 2-run single in the first inning. Ran Nettles' hitting streak to 10 in a row. So both Dent and Nettles extend their streaks to 10 straight. Bucky leading off the second with a base hit. He got a big base hit yesterday off Eddie Eckersley, driving in a couple of runs, giving the Yankees a 3-0 lead early. Here's Mickey Rivers, who walked and stole a base and scored in the first inning. Too low, ball 1 on Mick. Yankees 3 runs on 3 base hits. Playing the second inning. Detroit leading Cleveland 2-1 at the end of 2. A ball and a strike on Rivers. But it foul. 1-2. Some news from the Yankees' top farm team, Tacoma. Their series for the Pacific Coast League Championship with Albuquerque has been called off, and they've been declared co-champions. The series was tied 2-2 when a lot of rain hit the Northwest, so they decided to cancel it. 2-2 on Mickey Rivers. So the Yankees will call up catcher Jerry Narron, infielder Brian Doyle, and pitcher Larry McCall from Tacoma. Narron, a good-looking catcher. Doyle has been up before, and McCall has been up before. Here goes Dent. Rivers strikes out, and Dent goes into second base, and the ball goes into center, and Bucky will hold there. Remy made a good play running the ball down anyway. Carlton Fisk had the double clutch, and Bucky Dent snuck into second base.
Here it is. I don't know whether the ball got caught in his webbing or Rivers fooled him as Mickey strikes out. Watch this. There he reaches, bumps, and then throws. And Dent, most unlikely man to steal a base. See what Bucky has. His third stolen base of the year.
So Dent now down at second, 1 away, and the batter's Willie Randolph. Willie walked his first time up. Too high to Randolph. Willie gradually getting his batting average back up. He's at 275. 3 home runs, 37 runs batted in. He's hit in 6 straight ball games. right there. It's 1-1. Yankees lead 3-0 and batting in the second inning. 1 out, 1 on. That's Bucky Dent down at second. Low. 2-1. On the ground, and that'll go grabbed by Burleson, but he has no play. Throws back to third base, but Dent's on the bag. An excellent play by the Red Sox shortstop, and he might have saved the run there.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Willie Randolph will get an infield hit.
Here it is again. He makes a fine play here. Ball never just rolls right along the ground. He dives and smothers it, and he was hoping that Dent would round the bag as he makes the throw to third base. But Bucky stayed right there.
Oh, the Yankees out runners at first and third, only 1 out, and the batter is Thurm Munson. He bounced into a twin killing in the first inning. Bunted. Stanley will, nope, he does not make a play, and the bases are loaded.
I'd say that was a tough play for Bucky Dent to score on. Munson was not a suicide squeeze. It was more like laying it down and beating it out. And Stanley, for some reason, either got his spike caught. Watch Munson. Tough for the runner at third on a safety squeeze. They'd have had Dent at the plate, but right here.
Right elbow buckled, the right ankle buckled on him. He started to throw and looked like he lost his footing. The right ankle sort of buckled and decided to hold it rather than throw it away. So the Yankees have the bases loaded, 1 out for Reggie Jackson. And once again, we're going to get some action in the Red Sox bullpen. Fouled outside of first. Andy Hasler, a big left-hander out throwing. Probably the most effective pitcher in this series so far, for the Red Sox, has been Bill Lee.
And they scored quite a few runs off him, too.
2 strikes on Jackson. Bob Stanley as the base is loaded. 1 away and a no ball, 2 strike count on Reggie Jackson. Yankees batting in the second inning, leading 3-0. Still 2 strikes. Johnny Pesky lets the ball go through him. The Red Sox first base coach, former shortstop. Didn't Pesky play a little bit of third base?
He certainly did.
Managed here in Boston after a long playing career. Still 0-2 on Reggie Jackson. On the ground, that'll score a run. He only plays at first base, and Dent scores. Yankees lead now 4-0.
As we mentioned, Yankees doing everything right. Jackson broke his bat, hit it slow enough to keep out of the double play to score Dent.
Reggie's second run batted into the ball game. Only 1 play there. Can't even get the force at second base because of the position of the ball. Jackson's out. Dent scores, 4-0 Yankees. Yankee runners now at second and third, and the batter is Lou Piniella, the right fielder, who walked and scored in the first inning. Out of play. High slider from Bob Stanley. Two strikes. Stein went up and away with the slider, then came in with a sinker. Tried to make that ball sink in on Piniella, and Lou fouled it back. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Yankees have batted around 4 times in this series. That's a base hit. 2 runs might score. Munson's going to have to hurry. Throw there. He is out. Carl Yastrzemski making a fine throw and cutting down Thurman Munson. The Yankees do pick up another run. And at the end of 1.5 innings of play, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox 0.
United presents all 747 and DC-10 nonstops to LA and San Francisco. Take him away, maestro. We built the largest airline in the free world.
Around you, my friend, by the friendly skies.
You know, for too long now, bowlers have been left out of light beer commercials, and football players have been grabbing all the glory. But bowlers know light beer from Miller tastes great. We know light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. We know light's less filling. Bowlers love light just as much as football players.
That's right.
And we also love the easy opening can.
You sure Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
A college education should include music appreciation.
Reminder that all box reserved and now general admission seats are completely sold out for next weekend's 3 Red Sox games at the stadium. There are still some unreserved bleacher tickets remaining, and they'll be on sale at the stadium box office only until 5 o'clock today, and if tickets remain from 9 to 5 tomorrow. Remember, there's a limit of 4 tickets per game per person. So, return match, big series, only this time it'll be at Yankee Stadium. 3 games against the Red Sox next week. And there's the man, Bill White. Without Yastrzemski, the Yankees could possibly have, in this series, maybe 6 more runs.
Carl has really played great ball through this 4-game series. He made a couple of great catches yesterday. One on Reggie Jackson, the other one on Thurman Munson. Of course, he plays shallow here at Fenway, and when Piniella hit that ball there, you know it was going to be close for Munson. Yes, threw a strike and cut down Thurman, but the Yankees lead 5-0 with Yastrzemski batting in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. He's 2 for 11 in the series so far. Strike 1. Carl's playing with a bad right hand. Decided to take the tape off, although he does have the wrist wrapped. Overall, Yastrzemski batting at .284, a dozen home runs, 65 runs batted in on the year. 1-1.
That missed Munson's mask, I believe, and nicked him. Yep, look at there, right on the neck.
Now Gene Monahan will come out and check Munson out.
Boy, Thurman has been hit all over in this series. Normally, catcher doesn't turn his head, but that watch Thurman do it there. He didn't even turn it then. It came up under the glove. Got a sore head, a sore neck now.
Sore arm.
Arm.
Legs hurt, but he's still out there. A ball and a strike on Yastrzemski. 2-1. Detroit and Cleveland are all tied up 2-2 now at the end of 3. Milwaukee leads Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 1. 2-2 on Yastrzemski. And Carl did not like the call. He's yelling at home plate umpire Jim Evans. You know, the Brewers still in this thing, Scooter. They're only 4.5 games back. And the Baltimore Orioles 6.5 back. The Tigers 9 back.
And those California Angels took a doubleheader from the Royals. They're only a game and a half out now.
Mickey Rivers right there in right center field, and there's one away. I think they're one of the keys, Scooter, even yesterday with the wind blowing. The Yankees brought their outfielders in, and when that wind started moving fly balls around, somebody was there to catch it.
That's right. Red Sox played awfully deep with that wind blowing in.
And the key hit Piniella's little looper out in center field that Duffy couldn't handle. Rice playing too deep in right field to get to it. Lynn couldn't get to it because the wind blew the ball away from him. That was really the only run that Guidry needed. But they got 6 more and won it 7-0 going away. Here's Carlton Fisk. And he takes the strike. Fisk 3 for 7 in the series, batting .297, 20 home runs, 79 runs batted in. Yankees lead 5-0. Red Sox batting in the bottom half of the second inning. Broken bat bouncer. Nettles had better hurry. Just gets in. Nettles cut in front of Bucky Dent.
He's unbelievable. He turned around, never stopped to look. He's got that throw. It's like a trolley wire over there. Beautiful play. Breaks his bat on this one. And Nettles goes a long ways, right in front of Dent. Now watch him turn. He doesn't stop, just turns and throws.
He had him by a step. Gary Hancock, the right fielder, takes low ball 1. Hancock hits the ball left center field. He's got 2 base hits in the series. 2-0. On the ground, Bucky Dent out behind second. You better hurry. They just snip him at first base, and the side is retired. At the end of 2, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox 0.
Your Ford is coming. Your Plymouth is coming. Your Chevy. Your Volkswagen. Your Toyota. Your car is coming. Get it with a Manufacturer's Hanover Any Car Loan. We'll even reserve your money for 90 days while you shop around for the best deal. New, used, sporty, or sensible. Any car. Get it with an Any Car Loan from Manufacturer's Hanover, where it's banking the way you want it to be.
The closer you shave, boys. The closer you shave, boys. The more you will need. The more you will need. Great balls of comfort. Great balls of comfort. To do it with ease. Great balls of comfort. Oh, just like Noxzema. Noxzema. Creamier. Great balls of comfort to you.
The closer you shave, the more you need soothing, medicated Noxzema.
Great balls of comfort to you. Woo.
Noisy muffler? Don't compromise.
Better Midas-ize.
At Midas, the muffler specialists.
I don't understand that because they have a...
All right, we go to the top of the 3rd inning. They've turned the lights on here at Fenway Park. Sun was shining a little while ago. The Yankees lead 5-0. We go to the top of the 3rd. William?
All right, Scooter, and Chris Chambliss will lead off against Bob Stanley. Chambliss walked in the first inning, was left stranded. Yankees scored 3 runs in the first, 2 more last inning on 6 base hits. Batting here in the 3rd inning. Strike 1 on Chambliss. Strike 2 on Chambliss. There's a Yankee dugout. Jay Johnstone, Roy White, Bob Lemon, Bucky Dent, Reggie Jackson, and Thurman Munson right there. They're anxious to get a bat. One ball, 2 strikes on Chambliss. Yastrzemski in left field, back a couple of steps. 1 out.
Number 9, Greg Nettles.
Nettles got a key 2-out single, driving in 2 runs in the first inning, extending his hitting streak to 10 in a row. He's now 4 for 14 in the series. And he now has 81 runs batted in, just 2 behind Chambliss. Stanley keeping the ball away from Greg Nettles. Change, 1-1.
You know, we mentioned the fact, Bill, the Yankees have 6 hits and 5 runs, all 6 singles. And they've had so many singles. They've only had, I believe, 2 home runs in the 4 games so far, and yet have scored a total of 40 runs.
2 home runs, 2 triples, 5 doubles. And they have been given a total of 15 walks now, which has really not helped the Red Sox cause. That's a base hit. Might be extra bases. Now the ball will come out to Hancock, and Nettles wisely holds at first base. So Nettles 2 for 2. That ball went right over the bag, just inside the line.
Very agile Derwood Merrill out there. Bill had a leap and called that ball while he was in the air. He's a big man to do that.
Yeah.
Here it is. Now this goes over the bag fair. Right there. And even the look at Derwood. See that in the air. Fair ball. Sometimes an umpire can get turned around. They're pointing the wrong way, but they yell fair.
Here's White. Forced the runner his first time up. Ball right on the outside corner, strike 1. Yankees 7th base hit against Red Sox pitching. Bob Sprowl started. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 runs on just 1 hit. He got in trouble when he walked 4 Yankees. A ball and a strike on White. One and 2 on Roy White. That might fall. Let's see. No, off the glove of Burleson. They still have a shot at second base, but Yaz does not get the ball there in time, and Nettles slides in safely. Burleson simply could not get, he got to the ball, but it bounced off his glove. Base hit for Roy White.
This is a tough play. It looks like Burleson might have leaped a little too soon. Roy is jammed on it, just loops it out there, but the wind blowing that way carries it.
Watch Yaz. Like a Notre Dame quarterback.
Yeah.
Look at there. Better not say Notre Dame. They lost 3-0 last night in Missouri.
Something, yeah. A lot of turnovers in that game.
So runners at first and second, 1 away for Bucky Dent. He extended his hitting streak to 10 in a row with a single in the 2nd inning. Then stole second base. Scored on a bounce out by Jackson. Called strike on Dent. Once again, we've got action in the Red Sox bullpen. Might be 2. Burleson, there's Remy. And that's it. Sides retired. No runs, 2 hits, a man left after 2.5. The Yankees lead Boston 5-0.
Welcome, everybody, to the light beer battle of the big guys. And there they are, 2 teams locked in mortal combat to decide the eternal argument over light beer from Miller. On one side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it tastes great.
Yeah, it tastes great. Tastes great.
On the other side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it has 1/3 less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling.
Less filling. Less filling.
I feel strongly both ways.
I tell you, this is really no respect. Blue is the violet and red is the rose. You don't pull, I'm gonna break your nose.
The tension here is almost unbearable.
Oh, you guys.
They can't go on much longer. Something big has got to happen soon. Holy cow, look at that.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, dolls.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial.
Hey, I don't want a lot. Just my money's worth?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Sport Truck. If you can find a better built truck, buy it. We bet you can't. Not with the car-like ride, comfort, and rugged dependability that comes in this Toyota truck. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
At last, I'm gonna get my money's worth. More.
You asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
George Scott will lead off for the Red Sox in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Yankees lead 5-0. They have 5 runs on 8 base hits. Boomer's been held hitless so far by Yankee pitching. He's 0 for 9 through the first 3 ball games. Ball 1. Scott has 11 home runs and 49 runs batted in on the year, batting at .237. Well, that slice foul, it'll be foul ball down the right field line. He's hit a lot of balls that way in this series, Phil.
Yeah. Not the George Scott we know, although he does have power to right center, we know, in right field.
Well, he's been bothered a bit by a bad back most of the year, but his power is normally left center, right center. That's a ball and a strike on Scott. One and 2 on Scott. Two and 2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Figueroa missing with the slider low and away. Got him. Second strikeout for Ed Figueroa, and there's 1 away. Red Sox so far in the ballgame have had just 1 base runner. Rick Burleson walked, leading the ball game off, but Lynn lined into a double play. Started it ended by Chris Chambliss. Butch Hobson a strike. A 1-1. One, 2 balls and a strike on Butch Hobson. 15 home runs, 68 runs batted in, batting .243. Had a great year last year for the Red Sox. Good pitch on the outside edge. 2 and 2. Drove in over 100 runs, batting in 8th and 9th all year. And once again, the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rivers, can he get up to it? No, it's over his head. And Hobson will try for 3. Nope, he decides to hold at second base. Mickey looked like he might have a shot at that ball, but it sailed over his head. The wind is blowing a little bit toward left, and here it is again.
He's limping a little bit, Bill. I think Rivers at full speed would have caught up to this. Right there, you can see him, that left leg hobbling a little, and he stops because the ball hit on the warning track. Break for the Yankees. Hobson, I believe, could have made 3rd at that, but he decided to stop.
This is Jerry Remy. First Red Sox into the ball game. A double by Hobson with 1 away in the 3rd. Remy off the injured list, batting .274, 2 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Sox have really missed this young fella. It's a ball and a strike. No strikes on Jerry Remy. Mickey Rivers right there. Once again, playing shallow.
Right, just going to say that helped. They burned for the first time on Hobson's drive over Rivers' head. But that made up for it, saved a run.
I don't know if Mickey's limping or walking. He walks that way all the time. Oh, there's 2 outs now. Still at second base is Butch Hobson. The batter is Rick Burleson, who walked in the first. Yankees ahead 5-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Called strike on Burleson. Rick stands well off the plate. One and one. Two balls and a strike. Seattle and Chicago, it's 1-1 at the end of two. Greg Nettles has a high bounce. Side is retired. Phil Rizzuto will take you over the next three innings. At the end of three, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox nothing.
Hey, your muffler! Miter-size it!
Why put up with a noisy muffler?
Better miter-size!
Midas-size your car and you'll never buy a muffler for it again. Because at Midas, if anything ever goes wrong, we'll replace the muffler free for as long as you own your American-made car. Noisy muffler? Don't compromise. Midas-size.
They've come back. The thoroughbreds. The jockeys. They've come back to the Meadowlands. Always exciting thoroughbred racing is even more exciting at night. Thoroughbred racing at night is back at the Meadowlands. First race, 8 p.m. It's even more exciting at night.
Did you know there's such a thing as street corner scouting? That it's bringing scouting to millions of boys who never even heard the word scouting? Did you also know that for every boy in scouting today, there's another boy who'd like to be but can't? And that the reason most of them can't is because no adult in the neighborhood thinks scouting's worth the time? If you don't think scouting's worth your time, you don't know enough about scouting.
All right, the top of the Yankee order to face Bob Stanley here in the top of the fourth. And Rivers takes the ball. Mickey walked, stole a base, scored in the first, struck out in the second. Fouled it off, jammed him low and inside. 1-1 on Mick. And didn't get over Big Stanley's head, so they get Rivers one away. That's the man the Red Sox like to see off the bases. Mickey Rivers. Willie Randolph. He's been on base more than anybody throughout this four-game series. In this game, he has walked and singled and scored a run.
Willie Randolph. Second base, Randolph.
Sinker, they're pounding right down into the dirt. Yankees 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Red Sox no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And another base hit for Randolph. Just reached out and stroked it beautifully into right field. 9 singles for the Yankees in the ball game. So Willie Randolph 2 for 2. Scott will hold him on. And Thurman Munson. Thurman hit into a double play and beat out a bunt for a base hit. Then was thrown out of the plate on a great throw by Yastrzemski. Yankee captain batting .293. There goes Willie, and a swing and a miss. Oh, foul tip. The way Fisk was looking for that ball, looked like he might have missed it, but he foul tipped it, so Randolph goes back. Yankees playing a little hit and run. even though they lead 5-0. We've mentioned many times, you're never secure no matter how many runs you lead by here at Fenway. Willie had a big lead, and Randolph made him get back. Rather, Stanley made Randolph get back. Pretty good move by the big man. One man out, top of the 4th. Fly ball off the hands in shallow right. Hancock coming on. He can't get it. And it's brought to second, not in time. Holy cow, the Yankees can't do anything wrong. Randolph had a hold up. Hancock misjudged that ball as he started back. Munson hit it right off the hands. We watch it. There it is, a little looper, and Hancock gets a very late start. Now he comes in, catches the ball on the short hop, and tumbles right there. You saw the ball hit the ground, tumbles. That allows Randolph time to get to second, so Munson gets another single. And the Yankees have 10 singles in the ball game. And there's Andy Hassler up again. Reggie Jackson has singled to drive in a run and scored, and then hit a ground out to drive in a run. Yankees lead 5-0. Hard ground. What a play by Scott. But nobody there, and Jackson beats it out for a hit, and the Red Sox cannot do anything right. Stanley thought the ball was going to go by Scott, who made a great diving one-hand catch. He came up figuring Stanley would be there to flip it to him. Nobody was there, and he was caught flat-footed. So Reggie will get a base hit. The bases are loaded with one out. Here it is again, Frank Messer.
I tell you, the Red Sox have looked very disorganized this whole series. Stanley should have been over there. You don't presume that your pitch is going to be hit for a base hit. Look at Scott. He could have got him easily had Stanley been over there to cover. You see Remy come in, but much too late. Stanley should have been there. And Fisk is out there with one of his well-known rear-end kickings right now, as he has told Stanley in no uncertain terms, hey, get your head in this ballgame.
All right. 11 base hits for the Yankees, all of them singles. They lead 5-0. They have the bases loaded with one out. And Lou Piniella has walked and scored, singled, and driven in a run. Lou up to 319. Low, ball one. Red Sox completely disorganized in this series. One on one. Low and outside, 2-1. That'll get a run in. Hancock waiting, Randolph tagging. Hancock makes the catch. The throw will not be in time, and Scott cut it off, and Munson went to third. Heads up base running by Thurman. He delayed his start until he saw Hancock throw the ball towards the plate, and then Thurman took off. And look at that Yankee bench. The Yankees lead 6-0 on the sacrifice fly.
Full of enthusiasm on the bench, and that bench has played such a... Now you look at the Yankee bench, they're not the people right here, many of them in the ball game. But you think about a bench, you think about the problems the Yankees had earlier this year. They were able to go to a stronger bench than the Red Sox have been able to go to in this series. Zimmer is out there to make a pitching change. That will be all for Stanley. And with the Yankees, Chambliss and Nuttles, both left-hand hitters coming out. He'll want his left-hander. We'll pause for this message.
Hey, what's that?
Someone's sending a message.
Hey, come on.
Drop that transmitter!
Transmitter? This is my Sharp Sensor Touch scientific calculator. The little beep verifies each entry.
I sure is thin.
What's this?
Y to the X power.
And this?
Permutations.
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 All right.
The Sensor Touch Scientific Calculator, only from...
Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Hit it, kids. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Guys? Burger King and I. Who's looking pretty sharp now?
Who's shining up the floor? Who's slicing fresh tomatoes?
Who tries to give you more? Let's open up the door.
Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world?
Burger King and I.
Who's got that juicy flame broiled burger that's never fried?
Who's got Coke and crispy French fries? It's Burger King and I.
Burger King and I.
Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Burger King and I.
The new pitcher for the Red Sox is Andy Hassler, who is making his 18th appearance on the year, his 7th appearance in relief. He has 2 wins, 4 losses, no saves. In 74 innings, he's allowed 102 hits, 30 walks, 36 strikeouts, a very high earned run average of 4.28. Red Sox picked him up on waivers from Kansas City. I think he pitched well and won the ball game for him the first time he went out for the Red Sox, but he has not pitched that well since. That is his Boston record, 1-0, with an ERA of 4.11. And he'll be working to Chris Chambliss. The Yankees are leading 6-0 as the Yankee barrage continues here at Fenway this afternoon. The Yankees now have 11 hits in this ball game, all of them singles, 10 of them off Bob Stanley, who has departed.
All right, Chris Chambliss has walked and flying to left field. 2 out, runners at first and third. Low ball 1. Big left-hander, Andy Hassler. There goes Jackson. Throw to second, and they got him. Good tag by Rick Burleson. They get Reggie Jackson. And at the end of 3.5, it's the Yankees 6, the Red Sox.
It's here. It moves with the best of them. The new high-performance Fava Olympian. Grooved cushioned wedge for shock absorbency. Extended sole for lateral stability. Special treads for perfect traction. Fully padded nylon and suede Fava Olympians. Now specially priced. $10 for guys. $10 for gals and big boys. $9 for kids. New high-performance Fava Olympians. For whatever you wear a jogger for.
You know what I want? I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla Liftback. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. From its design to the quality of workmanship to the way it handles, you can't beat what Toyota gives you. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I am going to get my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
Here is our Toyota dealer of the day, Aaron Beecher of ABC Motors in Valley Stream, New York. You asked for it, ABC Motors got it. Well, the Boston Red Sox will be in Yankee Stadium next weekend. Tickets tough to get. But then the Milwaukee Brewers, not tell you, there's a ball club just laying back in the weeds, 3.5 games behind the Yankees, 4.5 games out of first place. They'll be in there Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th. Brewers already hold a 9-4 edge over the Yankees in the season series, and they're rooting for the Yankees just as hard, probably, as Yankee fans are up here in Boston. The good seats are still available, so get your tickets now and be there when the Yankees meet the Brewers. 2 important games on September 18th and 19th.
All right, Frank. Fred Lynn, who lined into a double play, and that was a big play in that first inning. After Burleson had walked, ball 1.
Not that he hit a smash, but right at Chambliss.
It's The way things have been going this whole series for the Red Sox. Low 2-0. Lynn batting .293, 20 homers, 68 runs batted in. He was taken all the way, and it's 3-0. Figueroa has allowed only one hit, but he's been pitching from behind quite a bit. Ball 4. Second walk given up by Figgy.
Figueroa is pitching with only 3 days rest, and that's the way Figueroa says he likes it. However, when you get down this late in the season, Bill Rizzuto, I think it's got to take something away from the pitcher.
No doubt about it. He's fortunate that the weather has been very cool up here, but also the Yankee pitchers have had to overcome long sessions sitting in the dugout between innings, scoring all these runs. Jim Rice struck out his first time up. Ball 1. That's 5 straight balls now for Figueroa.
What, if anything, can the pitcher do during a long inning while his team is at bat to stay loose?
Get a little rub down, a little that hot stuff on the arm. Foul back and out of play. You know, they've been doing some job on Rice in this series. They're not afraid to come in on him, Frank.
No, he hasn't driven in a run in the series. He has only 3 hits and 12 at-bats.
Lynn at first base, nobody out. Yankees lead 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Good thing he got under that one. Mickey Rivers drifting in. Man, that's a high one. And he makes that. Look at Mick with that quick little move. He can throw anywhere with that move.
I'll tell you, he works on that move every catch he makes out there, too. He doesn't do it for show. I think he just works on that move just to make it a continual habit to try to get rid of the ball quickly to make up for an arm that is not as strong as some outfielders.
Right, Frank. Here's Yastrzemski, who lined to Rivers in center field his first time up. Strike 1. Gaz batting .284, 12 homers and 65 runs batted in. Little high with the breaking pitch, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. One man out. Red Sox fans doing their best to pep up their team. Lead by Lynn. Low 3-1. And again, Figueroa pitching from behind. That's what's dangerous in this park. Walk a couple in that long ball, and they're right back in the ball game. High, ball 4. Third walk given up by Figueroa. Looks like he's trying to aim that ball. Now Munson walks halfway out. Runners at first and second. Carlton Fisk, the batter. Was thrown out on a fine play by Nettles back in the second inning. Fisk has that lamp black under the eyes. Red Sox have had only one hit. And a fair ball. That'll score 1. And they hold Yastrzemski up on a double by Carlton Fisk just over the bag. And that's how quickly things can change here at Fenway. 6-1 now in favor of the Yankees, but the Red Sox with runners at second and third Only one out in the batter, Gary Hancock.
Here it is again. Let's see where the pitch is. Bob Lemon is going out the mound, so we have plenty of time. Figueroa got that one up in his power, and he ripped it by Nettles into the corner. Roy White plays the ball off the wall. As one run scores, Lynn across the plate. And for Fisk, his 38th double. Kenny Clay is up in the Yankee bullpen. Kenny Clay right there in the bullpen, just started throwing. Fisk is now 4 away from tying the all-time record of doubles by a catcher in the major leagues. That was his 38th. The record is 42 by Cochran, Mickey Cochran. Bob Lemon was asked before the ball game about getting nervous pitching in this ballpark first time out. They were talking about Bobby Sprowl, the Red Sox pitcher. Lemon said, heck, he said, I pitched up here, came in here for 9 years, I was still nervous.
Strike one. So, Lem, little talk with Figueroa. Hancock was thrown out on a fine play by Bucky Dent, his first time up. 1-1.
Fisk now has 80 runs batted in for the year. He's had an excellent season.
Runners at second and third. That's outside. 2-1. The only man that Figueroa has been ahead of this inning was Rice, and he got him on a high fly to shallow center. Out of play. Boy, he got away with a pitch there. A hanger up around the eyes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield is back, so the Yankees will give up a run on a ground ball, except back to the pitcher. A little bit low, 3-2. Need the Hawk. High ball. That'll get a run in. Roy White back by the wall. Makes the catch right at the base of the wall. Yastrzemski tags and scores, and Fisk tags and goes to third. It's now Yankees 6 and the Red Sox 2.
This ball will go a little farther than you might think when it is hit, but the breeze gets it. It's high enough for the wind to take it back right to the base of the wall. There's Rivers going, but White on the left will make the play. He had to reach up. Roy knows he cannot throw. Yastrzemski out at the plate, so just leisurely threw the ball back in. Make sure he didn't throw it away. It's a 6-2 ball game, New York.
All right, George Scott struck out his first time up. Foul out of play. Back over the roof. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Yanks now leading by 4. Bouncer and Figueroa booted the ball. Nettles though throws them out. Great play by Nettles and Chambliss. Holy cow, Figueroa almost butchered that one. At the end of 4, Yankees 6, the Red Sox 2.
You're next. Can I help you?
I don't think so.
Try me.
Well, how can I get a checking account that won't cost me anything?
At Manufacturers Hanover, just keep $400 in a savings or checking account, and your checking is free.
Oh, but I'm going to write a lot of checks. You see, I got Plan of the Month Club, I got Cheese of the Month Club, I got Shirley's Psychiatrist. She's my canary. She's afraid of height. You got your own problem. Hi, how are you? Just fine, thank you. What I'm trying to say is, well, what would they do to me if I accidentally bounce a check?
You can apply for overdraft protection, so if you write a check bigger than your balance, you're covered.
Gee, you thought of everything.
Sure.
How do I get here to cash my checks?
Well, how'd you get here today?
Well, I got lost. I work in Mineola.
We have a branch in Mineola, but you could cash your checks at any of our 200 branches.
Well, I'd rather do it here. I feel kind of at home.
Oh, that's very nice.
But where do I sign?
I'll get you a form.
Good. Oh, could you get me directions on how to get home?
To Mineola.
No, I live in Flushing.
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be.
Macy's Consumer Value Update. Our September home book and sale is making news right now at your Macy's. Save $200 on a great selection of sofas. You'll find this exclusive J-Yang cotton print for only $400. And pair the Simmons queen-size hide-a-bed with a love seat or 2 ottomans for only $699. Or save $5 to $10 on every broadloom in stock. Save on Oriental and India designs. This cotton classic is now only $199. Watch for more Macy's Consumer Value Updates.
All right, Chris Chambliss was at bat when Reggie Jackson was thrown out for the 3rd out in the 4th inning. And the curve is low, ball 1. Chris has walked, flying to left. Yanks lead 6-2, top of the 5th. High fly, Fred Lynn. And there's one away. Bring up Greg Nettles. Greg is 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBI.
Greg Nettles, third base. Nettles.
When Nettles singled his first time up, he extended a hitting streak to 10 consecutive games. He's had a hot bat.
Outside, ball 1. He and Bucky Dent now with 10-game hitting streaks. Several other Yankees with lesser hitting streaks.
Randolph has 7. Mention one of them.
Picked the right time to get those bats hot.
Boy, didn't they?
Whoop, did he hold up? No, he did not. Pitch inside. One out, nobody on. Ducked out of the way of that one. Big Andy Hassler. He's the 3rd Red Sox pitcher in this ball game. Strike 2, 3-2. Ball looked like it tailed away from Greg. Inside, ball 4.
You know, Scooter, we've had a lot of people wondering about Catfish Hunter and the groin pull he suffered in the first game of the series. It is serious enough that Cat will have to miss his next turn, so he has been scratched from any duty in Detroit.
Oh, that's a tough break.
Yankee pitchers out there will be Dick Tidrow on Tuesday, Jim Beattie Wednesday night, and Ron Guidry will go on Thursday night against the Tigers.
All right, Roy White bounced into a forced play, single to left field. Nettles back easily. Good block by Fisk. Save an advance, ball 1. And Fisk nicked again.
That's right. It shook him up. He's going to have to rest that one for a minute. You know, Phil, I've heard of games being rained out, but now a season got rained out.
Yeah, that's a
Pacific
tough break.
Coast League.
Yeah.
Tacoma Yankees and the Albuquerque Club were declared co-champions in the Coast League. They got rained out of their playoff game again last night, and they said, well, the heck with it. Let's let it go and make everybody happy or make everybody unhappy. I don't know which, but anyway, they declared it a tie, co-champions out there. Let's the Yankees call up 3 guys from Tacoma. Narron, the catcher, and McCall, the pitcher, and Brian Doyle, an infielder. They'll come up tomorrow.
All right, Nettles leading away. Low, 2-0.
Dick Drago is up now in the bullpen for the Bo Sox.
And off the glove of Burleson. This might allow Nettles. No, Greg had stopped. And Yastrzemski dropped the ball after making a nice play, but Greg had stopped at second. Roy White gets another base hit, his second of the ball game. Another single.
Both have been off the glove of Burleson.
First hit off Hassler. 12 singles for the Yankees in the ball game. Fisk getting a little breather out there, talking with Hassler. And Bucky Dent will be the batter. Bucky is singled and bounced into a double play. He's also stolen a base and scored a run.
It's the Yankees' 12th hit of this game, and they're 61st in the series.
All right, one man out. And perfect double play ball again. Burleson had little trouble, but Remy gets rid of it. And that's the third double play of the ball game for the Red Sox. 6-4-3 all three times. And at the end of 4.5, the Yankees 6, the Red Sox 2.
Mother Nature hates shiny new cars, so she kills your new car's finish and rips you off. But lately, she's had to adjust to something new. Thousands of new car dealers are treating cars with polyglycol, penetrant sealant that keeps a car looking new and is backed in writing for 3 full years. Now, when she tries to ruin a new car's finish with her natural elements, nothing happens. Motorcycles, RVs, even airplanes and boats stay looking new. She'll have to adjust, though, because with polyglycol, it's a brand new world.
Hi, I'm Lou Pinella. Whenever I have a minute, I like to find out what's happening in other sports, so I call Sports Phone. 999-1313. That's 999-1313. It's fast and it's first with news about all sports. Hey, they won! Gotta go now. If you can't get to the game, get to the phone. Sports Phone. 999-1313.
If you pay your Con Edison bill on time, all the time, you should hear our residential deposit policy, because we'll never ask you for a deposit. But if you fall behind, we will ask for the cost of 2 months' average usage. Still not bad, because we give it back with 8% interest after a year with a good payment record. The only deposits we keep longer are from slow payers. That's to protect the good payers. At Con Edison, we're working harder to serve you better.
We'll all be following the Yankees right on into Detroit and televise the ball game Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Nick Tidrow is scheduled to pitch for the Yankees and Kip Young for the Detroit Tigers. You'll see it right here on 11 Alive Tuesday night at 8 o'clock.
All right, Frank Butch Hobson, who doubled to deep left center, leads it off in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1. Yankees lead here 6-2. Foul back 1-1. Over the roof out of play, ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out. Ball really dipped for Figueroa. His 3rd strikeout.
Scooter, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard of other games at the end of 6.5. Cleveland leads Detroit 3-2. Bernie Carbo is homered for Cleveland. Paul Russell started. Dan Spiller in the 7th for the Tigers. For Cleveland. Milt Wilcox for the Tigers. Chicago 2, Seattle 1 at the end of 4.
Jerry Remy runs up to bunt, takes the ball. He flied to center.
Minnesota leads Milwaukee 2-1 at the end of 3. Glenn Borgman is homered for the 2 Minnesota runs. His 3rd home run of the year.
And he does bunt, but he doesn't get it by Figueroa. Fine play for Figgy. That ball had gotten by him. It had been a beautiful drag bunt single. That time Figueroa bounced off the mound.
Figueroa had that butt in the back of his mind, knowing Remy can't turn that hand over with the bat. Although he hit the ball fairly well his first time up. Figueroa sort of, after he bluffed the first one, was looking for it. Right there he goes after it. Nice stretch. Underhand flip over to Chambliss. In the National League, Mets 2, the Pirates 1 at the end of 2.
Burleson bounces one. Look at that, Nettles. Holy cow, and he gets him. The whirling dervish, Greg Nettles. The Golden Glove, 3 up, 3 down, end of 5. Yankees 6, Red Sox 2.
The car can do a lap in 60 seconds. You can do the car in 19. And that's the way it has to be, because you don't win races on the track unless you win them in the pit first. And now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life. Miller beer.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
Every time you fly United nonstop to California, you're going to get a colossal wide-body 747 or the magnificent DC-10. Every day, every night, every United nonstop to California is a roomy 747 or DC-10. You like them, you get them, because United Airlines, including me, built the largest airline in the free world. Around you, my friend.
Fly the friendly skies.
I've driven 500,000 miles in my life, and all of it on Quaker State motor oil. So what oil filter am I using? Are you kidding?
I've used nothing but Quaker State for 22 years. So what oil filter am I using? Are you kidding? Quaker State motor oil has helped my car hit 50,000 miles. So what oil filter am I using?
Are you kidding?
Quaker State helps cars last. So what oil filter should you be using? Are you kidding?
Mickey Rivers leads off for the Yankees in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Mick has walked, stolen a base and scored, struck out, bounced to the box. Yankees leading 6-2 in the top of the 6th inning. Andy Hassler on the mound. 1-1.
Cardinals lead the Phillies 6-1, Phil, at the end of 6 innings. Cubs 3, Montreal 1 at the end of 4. Cincinnati 2, the Giants nothing, end of 4. Dodgers just scored 5 runs in the 4th inning, 5-1 over Atlanta.
Bouncer foul.
San Diego and Houston later start. And in the American League, the Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays have the day off because of football in Toronto. A lot of the Orioles are out here at this ball game. They came in early this morning. Rick Dempsey out here showing everybody his new 5-year contract. Not really, he's here though, and does have a new 5-year contract.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Mick the Quick, and a foul out of play.
Dempsey, very happy young man. We're happy for him. Good kid. He's turned into one of the better catchers defensively in the league.
I'm sure Baltimore's happy to have him. Catches are at a premium. Just got a piece of it. North Fist Club back to the screen.
As soon as he signed that contract, Dave Skaggs and Dave Crichone got outfielders' gloves. The 2 young catchers behind Dempsey down. They can go catch it another 5 years. They're going to start looking for another position.
Foul tip again. He's pitching Mick away. Mick leaning towards first, just barely getting the end of the bat on the ball.
Did you ever get letters from all the young shortstops you kept in the minor leagues all those years?
No, I never thought of it that way. I was fighting for survival. Sun is peeking through again, even though the lights are on here. And Mick loops one to left, but Yastrzemski playing very shallow. Makes the catch, 1 away. That'll bring up Willie Randolph. Been on base 3 times again with a walk and 2 singles and has scored twice.
You know, one thing Scotty watches this game goes along toward its conclusion. You don't want to see the Yankees let down. They got to keep just pounding right on.
Yep, the double play has really hurt them. Low to Willie, ball 1. Randolph now at 278 and going up. 2-0.
Randolph's had an excellent series. He is now 8 for 14 in the series. Vanello's 9 for 14. They've been the two leading hitters.
Strike one, 2-1. Foul tip right into the glove of Fisk, 2-2. Full count on Willie. Staying alive, got a piece of it. Full count on Randolph. Yankees 6 runs on 12 hits. The Red Sox 2 runs on just 2 hits. And the applause. The bat boy went out, got the foul ball, gave it to the youngster. Look at how happy he is. Ball 4, and Randolph is on for the 4th straight time in this ball game.
I think that youngster got that ball may have to thank Thurman once and for all. I think it was Thurman suggested to the bat boy, take that ball back there and give it to him.
All right, here he is. Thurman hit into a double play and then singled twice. Thurman now batting .295. Thurman disappointed. He has just 6 home runs on the year and 65 runs batted in. Played hurt an awful lot this year. And in this series, I don't think they've missed a spot on him, Frank, where he hasn't been hit.
Nope, even the side of the head on that ball. Figueroa bounced off the front edge of the plate earlier.
Sun shining brightly right now. Ball 1.
Thurman's got a big knot on his forearm where he's been hit.
How about his head?
His head still got a knot there where he's hit by the pitch by Drago. Bad legs, shoulder hurts.
There goes Willie, and Munson fouls it off. That time Willie had a good jump. Has to come back. Thurman walking around outside the batter's box. You know something's bothering him when he does that.
Bill Lee must be stirring around the Boston bullpen. Reaction of the bleacher crowd.
One-on-one on Thurman Munson, 1 out. There goes Willie, and that's low and a tough play for Fisk, and it goes into center field, and Willie's going to go to third. He'll make it. Another throwing error for Carlton Fisk and a stolen base for Randolph. That's been a big play for the Yankees in this series.
Well, Fisk is having trouble throwing right now with his injuries. Good time to run. Willie got a good jump.
And the pitch was low and in, which is tough for a catcher.
Now you see it skip by at second base, and Randolph picks himself up and moves on to third base. That's Willie's 31st stolen base. Third stolen base for the Yankees in this ball game.
All right, now the infield is in with Randolph at third base. Yanks chance to pick up a little insurance run here. Trying to check his swing, hit his bat, 2-2. Dick Hauser talking with Willie Randolph. This is a play where it's tough for the coach to help the third base runner. He's got to make up his mind right now whether to go in or not on a high bouncing ball. Willie is a good base runner. And the Yankees have the advantage with the infield in. Did he hold up? He did hold up, says the first base umpire, Durwood Merrill. It's 3-2. Man, that was close. That curve was actually in the dirt. And Thurman, a little over anxious, almost went after it. And Hassler, a little upset.
So much of base running is so much instinct, I think, Phil. Some things can be taught, but the good base runners get it by instinct.
Yep. Full count on Munson. He struck him out that time, and the ball got away from Fisk. And he'll tag Munson very gently, but there are 2 out. Again, Thurman fooled on a pitch out of the strike zone.
Let's watch it again. Breaking down and didn't hit the dirt. It just kicked off the heel of the mitt of Fisk.
Well, Willie had ideas of coming in, but again, as we say, if you don't start right away, you might as well stay there. Reggie Jackson is 2 for 3 in the ball game with 2 runs batted in. He's also scored a run. Thurman puts the gear on. That was a big break for the Red Sox. The Yankees usually have taken advantage in this series of situations like that. Foul out of play, strike 1.
There again, Thurman could have run down to first base, forced him to throw there, and that might have given Randolph the leeway to break in for home. They might not even have thrown down to first.
That's right.
Well, Thurman's a little upset with himself, I think. Situation like that, though, first base is open. You have the chance to run down there, make the catcher throw. They give you a runner at third a chance to come in.
Well, they had Reggie bailing out there, and the ball broke over the plate. Nothing in 2. We'll go back in the seats. Fisk will run out of room. Reggie having some good cuts today.
He's still got the flu, but his back is not bothering him as much as it did. He has a little trouble breathing, a lot of congestion from the infection that he's had for the past week. And obviously weak.
Hassler takes too much time. Jackson asks for time. Check swing foul right in the Yankee dugout. Nice play by Rivers. Yankees have had just 2 home runs in the 4 games. One by Reggie, one by Piniella. Lots of singles. Struck him out. Hassler did some job getting out of that jam. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees 6 and the Red Sox 2.
This fall, take a few minutes between halves and build up your lawn with some Scott's Turf Builder. Right now is the best time of year to get a thicker bluegrass lawn by growing more grass plants. Turf Builder will make any active lawn greener now and green up faster next spring.
We're all set for the kickoff now.
Just a few minutes this weekend. You'll see the difference now and next spring, too.
Wild Asia is a foreign country in the Bronx, a magic forest populated by hulking rhinoceri, mysterious gar, and other exotic creatures who explore, play games, and do everything you'd probably do too. Unfortunately, you have to stay in a cage. Come to a fantastic jungle in the Bronx, Wild Asia at the Bronx Zoo, where people ride in cages and animals go free.
I just got a quick glimpse of a score out there in the scoreboard, Scooter. The Mets are massacring the Pirates at 6-2 now. What was that, sixth inning score?
Yep. There's one. It's going to be against the screen or on it. That ball is a home run for Fred Lynn. The wind going that way, and quickly it's a 6-3 ball game. Figueroa got the ball up. The 21st home run of the year for Fred Lynn.
I just have a feeling, Phil, you're seeing the momentum in this particular ball game changing. That pitch is up. Out over the plate. Lynn gets it up in that breeze blowing to left, and it's in the nets.
All right, now Jim Rice fouls it back, strike one. Rice is struck out, fly to center. Red Sox making the most of their hits. They have 3 hits and 3 runs. That's what that long ball will do for you. One of mine.
And it's Gossage time in the bullpen. There's the goose.
2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the 6th inning at Fenway Park. He didn't get a hold of that one, and I don't think the wind will carry it to the wall. No, White's got room. He just missed one that would have been 9 miles out of here. One big out.
Here it is again. See where the pitch is. There again. Figueroa's up with the pitch. Strong swing. Just did get under it. Well, Figueroa's going to have to get those pitches down, or he could be in a lot of trouble.
Yep. Yaz has line to center, walked and scored. Lines one, and Piniella makes a good play. Yastrzemski's hit 2 right on the nose. Rivers caught one, and Piniella gets this one. And if he'd have got under that one, that'd have been a bleacher job. 2 men out. That'll bring up Carlton Fisk. Fisk was robbed of a base hit on a fine play by Nettles and then doubled over the bag down the left field line. Yankees 6, Red Sox 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. On the inside corner, 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, from the inside corner to the outside corner. Two men out, nobody on. Just missed. Full count. Bouncing ball is short. Nice bounce to Dent. And he throws him out. Frank Messer will carry you along the next 3 at the end of 6. The Yankees 6, the Red Sox 3.
When you farm your own land, the work never ends. But you do it with pride and all the strength you can muster. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. Beer after beer. If you got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
I'm not going to make the same mistake. Next time, I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can. Toyotas are built to perform, to take it, to last. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I'm finally going to get my money's worth. More. More.
Ask for it, you got it. Toyota.
A college education should include music appreciation.
We go to the 7th inning here at Fenway Park. The Yankees will have Lou Piniella, Chris Chambliss, and Greg Nettles coming up against Andy Hassler.
For game. Lou Piniella.
Piniella has walked, singled, and had a sacrifice fly, 2 RBIs, and a run scored for Lou. He has had 9 hits in 13 at-bats in this series. 9 for 13. He is now hitting .319. And through the legs of the pitcher, Hassler, and base hit number 2 for Piniella today. And his 10th hit in this series. Here it is again. Let's watch it on the replay. Pitch is down and right back. Look at that. Skipping rope. Hassler. The ball right through his legs and on over second base. Well, Piniella has the Yankees' 13th hit of this game. Their 62nd hit of the series. And for Lou, his 10th hit. Chris Chambliss has walked, fly to left, and fly to center. Ball 1. Count evens up 1-1. Be a good chance for the Yankees to get the momentum back. They seem to have lost it during the course of this ball game, even though they lead it 6-3. Strike 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees have hit into 3 double plays in the ball game. Dick Drago and Bill Lee in the Boston bullpen. Lee, number 37, the left-hander. 1-2 pitch. In the air, right center field. Lynn gets under it. And Piniella will have to scoot back to first base. There's one away. There's Goose Gossage in the Yankee bullpen. I have a feeling Gossage will be in to pitch here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Well, he wouldn't be throwing like that if he were not going to come in, Frank.
Greg Nettles
is 2 for 2. He has singled twice and walked. He's now hit in 10 straight games. Gregg has upped his batting average to 277. Shallow center. Lynn broke the wrong way, and it may fall. And it does. Piniella going hard to third. A play, save. Play at second, save.
Good hustle by the Yankees. Good recognition by Lou Piniella. Lou saw that ball was going to fall. He saw the center fielder Lynn break back. He went on to third base, and Lynn making a sort of mental error by trying to get Piniella over third base. He broke back. Now he comes on. He has to throw out balance on the run. Piniella goes on to third base. He makes that easily, and Nettles takes advantage of that to go into second base. Yankees really hustled on that play.
All right, there they are. Not two of the fleetest of foot, but each one taking the extra base when they had a chance to. Second and third, one out, and Roy White will be the batter. Roy is 2 for 3 this afternoon. Both hits have been off the glove of Burleson, and now the infield will play in. The infield has to come in. Yankees got to get their momentum back in this game. Down low. Yankees missed a chance for a run in the 6th inning with Randolph at third. Only one out. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They haven't missed too many chances to score a run through these first 4 ball games.
You're not being greedy, but 6 runs, not a comfortable margin in this park. 3-run lead, not comfortable. You like to see the momentum, I think, keep going right through this game, right on into Detroit. You can't afford to let down. Oh, off the glove of Burleson again. Piniella holds a wild throw toward the plate. Everybody's safe. The bases loaded.
That was a good play, though, by Burleson. He saved the run, hustled on the ball, stayed with it. He thought Piniella was going to try to score and threw home. And, of course, Piniella scooted back to third base, and White gets a base hit. Here it is again, a high chopper. And Burleson makes a good play here. The ball's almost over his head. Leaping there, stopping the ball from going to left field. Piniella started home, but then changed his mind. And look at Burleson throwing off balance. Hobson had to get out of the way. And I don't know if they would have had Piniella had he gone or not. But White gets a base hit, and that's going to be all for Andy Hassler. And Bucky then a right-hander due on, and will probably get Dick Drago. Stanley is gone. Sprowl is gone. Now Hassler's gone. And it'll be the right-hander Dick Drago. If you watch that play again at third base, Nettles and Hobson. Well, that checked that. That's Piniella and Hobson in tango there. And it'll be Dick Drago.
That is Roy White's 3rd hit off the glove of Burleson in this ball game this afternoon. First time Roy hit a little humpback liner out in the left field. Burleson got his glove on it but couldn't hold it. Then he smashed another one off his glove in the 5th, and this one here in the 7th. All 3 hits have hit the leather of the shortstop. Oh, you're right, Bill White. It will be Dick Drago coming on, the 4th pitcher in this game. The Yankees will leave here after the ball game this afternoon, have an off day tomorrow in Detroit, and open a 3-game series Tuesday night with the Tigers. We'll televise the game for you at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. And it will be Dick Tidrow opposing Kip Young Tuesday. Wednesday night, Jim Beattie against Jack Bellingham, and Thursday night, Ron Guidry against Jim Slayton. Then the Yankees will be back Friday night, Saturday and Sunday against the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium.
You know, watching Zimmer go to the right-hander Drago to pitch to Bucky Dent. Dent got a key base hit yesterday, Frank. Yankees had 1 run in that 4th inning when they scored their 7. And Denny Eckersley, a tough right-hander, especially tough on right-handed batters, had no balls and 2 strikes on Bucky Dent. Bucky fouled a couple off, then got that key hit over the head of Burleson, driving in 2 runs.
Another thing going right for the Yankees in that inning yesterday. The Yankees got 2 key hits on 2 strike pitches. Chambliss was down, no balls and 2 strikes when he doubled after they got the double play on the ball hit by Reggie. Chambliss hit a 2-strike pitch, and as you mentioned, Dent hit a 2-strike pitch. 2 big hits in that frame.
Well, Drago was out Thursday night against the Yankees, came on in the 4th inning and pitched 4 innings against the Yankees. I think the key here is Zimmer had to go in the 1st inning to his best relief pitcher so far this year, Bob Stanley. He had to go with Stanley, and Stanley's now out of the ball game, and he's got to go with guys now that he's already used, and the Yankees are roughed up during the series, during the previous 3 ball games.
All right, Bucky Dent will step in. Bucky is 1 for 3. He singled, igniting a 2-run 2nd inning for the Yankees. Stole a base in that frame. The Yankees are leading 6-3. They have the bases loaded. There is 1 out. Since that single, Bucky has grounded twice into double plays, 6-4-3. He's a key man right now. Bases loaded, 1 down. Down toward the left field corner, foul. Bucky broke his bat on that one. That big barrel bat he's got there. Got a lot of wood up there in the barrel end of it. Sawed off. Bucky will take that big bat, choke up on it. Just wants to make contact. That's a ball. The count is 1-1 on Dent.
I think in any other ballpark, Frank, you might be thinking squeeze, but in this little ballpark, you can never tell what'll happen. And 1 run really might not do you any good. Plus, a right-handed batter, wind blowing toward the left, you get it up in the air, you might have 4 instead of 1.
Base hit. Big hit for Dent. Vanilla scores. Nettles heading home to play, and he's out. Nettles is out at the plate. Nettles is out. Vanilla scores.
Here's the play again. Bucky Dent getting under the ball and just getting it over Burleson's head. Fred Lynn hustling on here. Yankees gambling with Nettles from second base. Lynn is right there. Pinella scoring, and Lynn throws a strike into the catcher, Carlton Fisk. Nettles sneaks by on the first time as Fisk obviously misses the tag, but Nettles misses the bag. And watch Fisk go back here this time and keep Nettles off. Then blocks Nettles with his body. And the Yankees pick up a run, and that's going to be all for Dick Drago. Looks like they're going to bring on Bill Lee. So Drago comes on, pitches a 1-batter. Bucky Dent gives up an RBI single. And Bill Lee will come back again. I don't know what to make of this cheering for Bill Lee. I don't know if it's the right kind of a cheer or if it's they really like this fella.
I think he is well liked up here. He's very anti-establishment, and a lot of people seem to follow along that line of thinking. Bill Lee's kind of guy, say, I got my world, you can take yours and do whatever you want to with it. Stick it right in your ear for all he cares. Very outspoken. His own man, and had a lot of publicity up here on radio, television, in the press, nationwide. Big article in Sports Illustrated a few weeks ago on Bill Lee, his thoughts on things. Lee had an excellent start this year. He had won 10 ball games before the season was half over, and I don't believe has won one since. He has had 2 seasons, a good one and one not so good. He'll be working to Mickey Rivers with runners at second and third and 2 outs. The Yankees now leading 7-3. Bucky Dat got a single, a run batted in. Went to second base on the throw. White went to third. Nettles out from Lynn to Fisk as Piniella scored. So Det got his 35th RBI and his 6th hit of the series. Yankees have hit the ball well here. They have 16 hits in this ball game, 65 hits in the 4-game series so far. Mickey Rivers has been shut out hit-wise today. He has walked, stolen a base, and scored a run. Going 0 for 3 with a strikeout, bounced back to the mound, and a fly ball to left field. RBIs for the Yankees: Jackson 2, Piniella 2, Nettles 2, and Det 1. Foul ball. That nipped the throwing hand of Fisk. Just nipped him on a fingertip. Bill Lee has won 10 and lost 10. He has pitched a shutout this year, an ERA of 3.5. In the air to center field, Lynn is after it, and he's got it to retire the side. The Yankees get one and lead 2, and at the end of 6.5, New York 7, Boston 3.
Noisy muffler? Don't compromise.
Hey, your muffler, Midas-size it.
At Midas, the muffler specialists.
Who's got a darn good meal? Who's got the Whopper meal? A Whopper, fries, and Coke.
It's the Whopper meal at Burger King. It's our Whopper, crispy French fries and an ice-cold Coke.
Have our one and only Whopper with French fries and a Coke.
It's a darn good meal.
Delicious.
That doesn't leave us broke. Who's got a darn good meal? Who's got the Whopper meal? Burger King and I.
You know, whenever I have a Yankee Frank, the taste takes me back to the first big league game I ever went to. I guess I was about your age.
My age, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, and I can still remember how I felt just being there with all my heroes. And I can remember taking a big bite out of a Frank, like you're doing. It was my first taste of baseball.
Like me, Mr. Martin?
Yep, just like you.
Yankee Franks, the taste that takes you out to the ball game.
Up to 50% off as you visit places and people you love with Allegheny's Good Neighbor Fairs.
The big airline.
With a hometown touch.
Well, after, let's see, those young Blue Jays from Toronto will be at the stadium on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of this month, and the Yankees close out the season hosting the Cleveland Indians the weekend of the 29th. Those games are Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th. That's also Fan Appreciation Day. And the final game of the season on Sunday, October 1st. So you better get your tickets. It's going to be close going down to the wire. Attendance this afternoon, 32,786, the smallest of the 4 crowds. They had 34 here Thursday, 33 Friday, 33 yesterday, 32 plus here this afternoon. The new pitcher, Frank, for the Yankees, Goose Gossage in the 7th inning.
And he'll be working to Gary Hancock, the right fielder, leading off. Hancock is 0 for 1, grounded out, sacrifice fly. Ball 1. Gossage has won 9 and lost 10 and saved 22 games. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goose's earned run average is 1.94. He struck out 104 men in 116 innings. Fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Gossage leads the American League in saves with 22. 5 saves and a win in his last 6 appearances. He has not allowed a run in his last 7 games, covering 8 2/3 innings. Two balls and 2 strikes. That will drift out of play in the left field area. Off the roof.
Sort of like Lynn and sort of like Carl Yastrzemski did when he first came up, out into left field, left center.
And of course, with Yastrzemski now 39 years of age, maybe another year to play. He says he'll play 1 more year. They'll be looking for somebody. This kid may be the replacement. Count holds 2-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Today's a big day in the lives of 2 members of the Yankee family. Pitcher Jim Beattie took unto himself a bride today. And our associate radio producer, Pam Boucher, is celebrating a birthday. We offer congratulations to both. Gossage will have to get to it, and does, and throws him out. And now the boomer. They've held the boomer in this series, hitless in 11 at-bats. George Scott is struck out. Hit back, I think that ball he hit back in the 4th inning, just touched by Figueroa, picked up by Nettles, who threw him out. The Yankees lead 7-3. Figueroa went 6 innings, allowed 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Two balls and no strikes to the boomer. Gossage, if the Yankees hold the lead, would get a save if he finishes the game. 2-1. Ball 3. Well, the Yankees have tomorrow off to get ready for a 3-game series with the Tigers. Look down on deck for Butch Hobson. The Red Sox will be playing the Baltimore Orioles, who will pitch Jim Palmer here tomorrow. 3-2 now on Scott. The Orioles flew in early this morning. They took their day off here. They were not scheduled in Toronto. They are playing football up there now. A lot of the players out here at the game. Scott walks. Chambliss is not going to hold Scott on. He'll play behind him. They'll guard against an extra base hit by Butch Hobson. He is doubled and struck out. In the air to left field. Roy White digging, and he's there. 2 out.
Frank, all box reserved and now general admission seats are completely sold out for next weekend's 3 Red Sox game at the stadium. There's still some reserved or unreserved bleacher tickets remaining. They'll be on sale at the stadium box office only until 5 o'clock today, and if tickets remain, from 9 to 5 tomorrow. There's a limit of 4 tickets per game per person. Again, only bleacher seats remain for next weekend's Boston games at Yankee Stadium, and they're being sold in advance at the stadium box office only. Now, this change in policy has been made to avoid turning away late-coming fans and to reduce congestion in the stadium area before these games.
All right, Bill, we're looking at Jack Brohammer, who will bat for Jerry Remy. Remy playing hurt, bad wrist, tough job swinging the bat, so Brohammer will bat for him here in the 7th inning. Brohammer is hitting .240. He's been up 208 times with 50 hits, 12 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 23 runs batted in. Back early in his career, Brohammer tried to switch hit, but gave up trying to hit right-handed. Left-hand batter, right-hand thrower. Ball 1. 2 outs and a runner at first. The Yankees lead 7-3 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Wind is picked up here in Boston, and the temperature is dropping. Foul back just overhead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul again. George Scott is on at first base. There are 2 out. Two and 2 now on Brohammer. Down toward the right field corner. That one is trouble. It's a fair ball in play. George Scott stopped at third, and now he comes on. Ball gets loose. Now the Yankees are making a mistake. Even though Yost was waving Scott in, he stopped at third. Had Chambliss handled the ball cleanly, they would have had a shot at Scott at the plate.
Well, that's been error on somebody out there, Frank. They might give it to Piniella on the throw. Here it is again. Ball down the line. Piniella lets it hit. Of course, he can't get to the ball, but he plays it well here. He knows where the ball's going to come off. Nobody really goes out to help Lou, and Lou's throw is just short of Chambliss. And Chris here, ball bounced over his glove, and they'll give Brohammer a double, and they'll give Piniella an error. No run batted in.
Air charge to Piniella. The Yankees now lead 7-4. The Red Sox are trying to get the momentum going for themselves in this game with Brohammer now at third. Bill told you no run batted in, even though Yost was waving Scott in. Yost had the play in front of him. Scott did stop, then started again. 2 balls and a strike. Now they change the error and give it to Chambliss, taken away from Piniella. Three balls and a strike on Burleson. Brohammer is at third. Foul ball. That was the first error for the Yankees in this ball game.
Got a new second baseman for the Boston Red Sox here in the 8th inning. It's Jack Brohammer. Brohammer, who doubled for Jerry Remy, stays in the ball game, and he'll play second base. The Yankees second baseman leading off. Frank?
Willie Randolph has walked twice, singled twice, stolen a base, scored twice. Willie now batting .278. Bill Lee on the mound. Strike one. Lee is the 5th Boston pitcher. Burleson digs it up, throws him out. And now Thurman Munson. Munson is grounded into a double play, bunted for a base hit, single to right. He struck out in the 6th inning with Randolph at third base. The ball got away from Fisk. Munson did not run it out down to first base, and Randolph had to hold at third. Had Munson run, Randolph might have been able to score. At least they'd have had to make a play and put the ball back in play. Strike one. Back into the sky boxes and back out again. No balls and 2 strikes on Munson. That will be on the roof on the right side. The Yankees lead 7-4. The Yankees have 16 hits in this ball game. They need to get the momentum going again. Game, get a strange feeling about this ball game. And that's a base hit for Thurman. His 3rd hit. And his second, 3-hit game of this series. Yankees' 17th hit. The Yankees now 7 runs on 17 hits.
Number 44, Reggie Jackson, designated hitter.
Reggie Jackson is the batter. Reggie is 2 for 4, batted in 2 runs and scored a run. Strike one. Jackson drove in the first run of the game with a single. George Scott out at second, save at first. Munson is out on the force play, 3-6. Watch it again on the replay. Jackson bouncing it right to the first baseman, Scott. George sets himself, makes a good throw to Burleson. Watch Burleson come off the bag. Came off a little quick, but Munson is called out anyway. And the throw back to first. Burleson didn't want any part of Munson barreling into the bag. You could tell that. And he had that right. Munson might have taken him right into left field, so he left in a hurry, and the second base umpire, Marty Springstead, gave him the out at second. 2 down, and Lou Piniella, the batter. Ball one. Paul Lindblad is up in the Yankee bullpen. Paul Lindblad, left-hander. Jackson at first. Pretty good pickoff move over there by Bill Lee.
Lee's always had a good pickoff move, Frank. He looks home and somehow can get the ball on the target over at first base.
He has good peripheral vision. 2 balls and no strikes to Piniella. Piniella with 2 hits this afternoon, 2 for 2. He is now 10 for 14 in this series. A strike. It's 2-1 on Piniella. The Yankees lead 7-4. Three and one. Two outs, a runner at first. 3 balls and 1 strike on Piniella. Jackson back ahead of the throw. Lee is after him again.
Evidently, Bill Lee thinks Reggie's going to move on this 3-1 pitch. With Piniella batting, you could move Jackson.
He's holding, and Piniella walks.
Number 10, Chris Chambliss, first base. Chambliss.
Chris Chambliss, the batter. Chris is 0 for 3. Walked once, flied out 3 times. Once to left, twice to center. Foul ball, almost hit Derwin Merrill. First base umpire almost hit by that batted ball in foul territory.
Derwin a little bit too quick. Look at him. Big old Texan. Here it is again. Curveball hangs up right there for Chambliss, and he gets around on it. American League umpires in foul territory, and Derwin has to skip rope. Look at there.
That's a ball, 1-1.
That sun comes out. Frank got the shadow around home plate. Makes, once again, for a little tough hitting. Stays out. Should help Gossage.
At about 10 miles an hour, that fastball.
Just can't see the ball well.
Chambliss has to get out of the way of an inside pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. The Yankees lead 7-4. We're in the 8th inning here at Fenway. Jackson is safe, close play. Wilson, the shortstop, sneaking in behind Jackson. And Lee fired back there, but Reggie got back in a close play.
Here's again, good play by the Sox, a time play right here. Looked like they should have had Jackson, but Burleson just doesn't make the tag. You know, that's the second time we've seen Burleson sort of back off contact. The last time the Yankees and the Red Sox played here, Burleson had a shutout and backed off contact.
Strike. 2-2 on Chris. Vanilla at first. You saw Jackson at second. 2-2 pitch coming. Fouled it off. Gene Michael, the Yankee first base coach. Shortstop. Pirates, Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers, Red Sox. Ground ball to first. Scott should make an easy play of it and does to retire the side. At the end of 7.5, it's the Yankees 7, the Red Sox 4.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, Toyota's lowest priced car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can. Because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
2 years ago, the Nestle company was planning to leave New York State. That would have cost us more than 800 jobs. It didn't happen because my administration stepped in to help, and we've helped hundreds of companies to stay or expand or relocate in New York State. We've provided tax cuts, job incentives, credit assistance, and eliminated red tape. In the last 2 years, New York has added more than 100,000 new jobs. We now have the kind of economic climate that will attract more business and jobs in the future.
Here's the pitching matchups in Detroit. Yankees are off tomorrow, but they'll be in Detroit on Tuesday night. They'll use Dick Tidrow against Kip Young. Then on Wednesday night, Jim Beattie against Jack Billingham. But on Thursday, Ron Guidry will try for his 22nd. He'll pitch against Jim Slate. New center fielder for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Paul Blair relieving Mickey Rivers. Frank?
Hi, Bill White. Fred Lynn will lead off. Gets a nice hand for a 6th-inning home run. His 21st homer of the year. Hit it into the left field net. Only his second hit in the series, and now the pitch from Gossage is low. Bill White talked about the sun out around the mound, the shadow over home plate. It is more pronounced now. For a moment the sun went in, now it's back out. Ball and 2 strikes on Fred Lynn. Gossage ought to pitch in a hurry, Bill, before that sun goes in again.
Well, as further out that shadow gets, Frank, and tougher it'll be for the hitter to see the ball, too. The umpire and the catcher.
Foul out of play. Fred Lynn has been an outstanding player and a very brief career for the Red Sox. Unfortunately, has leg troubles still from very bad fracture, dislocation. You have that bad dislocation and fracture, you never completely recover from it. It cuts down on the speed. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Lynn is out. 1 away. That is the first strikeout for Gossage. Figueroa worked 6 innings, allowed 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Gossage came on to pitch the 7th. He'll work now to Jim Rice. Rice has struck out, fly to center, and fly to left. Breaking ball for a strike. Strike two.
Yep, that sun's trying to get behind a cloud. That'll even out the field for the hitter now. Amazing little things that...
Bucky Dent's got it. Throws low, but Chambliss goes down to get it, 2 away.
I was going to say, amazing little things that affect a ball game and can really turn things around for a hitter and a pitcher.
A little bit of sunshine. Yesterday the wind was a big factor. This late in the season, that sun in an afternoon game goes down early. Carl Yastrzemski swings and misses. Becomes even more of a factor than it would in the middle of summer, except for second games of daytime doubleheaders. He has his 0 for 2. He has walked and scored a run. 1 for 13 in the series. Ball and a strike.
The old stadium, Frank, in World Series, it was always tough to see. At Yankee Stadium, I mean. That sun would glare off center field, even though they wouldn't put fans out there. I understand some series that did allow fans to sit out there.
Chopper to first base. Fair ball. Chambliss will make the play unassisted. We've completed 8. The score, New York 7, Boston 4.
It's funny, but I found the best way to cut down on cigarettes was good smoke.
Take a tip from the people who smoke Tiparillo.
It's the kind of taste that Lotar's just couldn't give me.
I went from 2.5 packs of regular cigarettes a day to 2, maybe 3 packs of Tiparillos a week. Pretty good, huh?
My husband still enjoys smoking, but now he doesn't smoke as many cigarettes.
Tiparillo. It's a good tip.
You work the docks. The ship's too big, the loads are too heavy, and the days are too long. But every day you do it, and another ship with a full belly heads out for sea, and you head in for Miller time. Time to relax with the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Don't forget, we'll next be on the air Tuesday night when Dick Tidrow will be pitching for the Yankees against Kip Young from Detroit. The game will start at 8 o'clock, immediately following Action News on 11 Alive. Is that right, Frank?
That's right. I'll tell you, there are only 2 teams I can think of in the American League have 8 o'clock starts for night games now, the Yankees and the Tigers. Most other clubs, all the other clubs, have gone to 7:30 starts. It'll still be daylight out in Detroit, same time zone as New York. Westernmost large city in the Eastern time zone. So we'll be with you at 8 o'clock, right after Action News on Tuesday night. Red Sox will have played another game by then, barring bad weather here in Boston. They play the Orioles tomorrow night. Louis Tiant will pitch for Boston against Jim Palmer. Greg Nettles leads off the Yankee night. Greg has a perfect day, 3 for 3 with a walk. Oh, that one got Fisk. Fisk really shaken up.
Boy, the catches in this series, Frank, have really taken a beating. So watch it again. It looks like it might have got Fisk on the inside of one of the knees. Straight down the inside of the right knee. Just probably inside the protection. That hurts. He's already got sore ribs. Been in trouble with a bad back. Catchers just sort of fight him off as we look at Don Zimmer and Greg Nettles.
Well, Zimmer can sympathize. He did some catching late in his career. Most of his career is played on the infield.
Well, Fisk is a due batter for the Red Sox in the 9th inning, so he'll want to stay in there. If he possibly can stay in there, adjusting that shin guard. I don't think I've ever seen a catcher, Frank, that gets hurt as much as Carlton Fisk. Maybe it's because of his size. Although a big guy like Jim Hegan used to catch for the Cleveland Indians. Hegan at 6'3", he didn't get hurt that much. But Fisk is really a target not only for foul balls, but also early in his career, a lot of runners. He had a lot of collisions at home plate that hurt him.
He says that's not going to happen again.
Well, I think part of that, too, was that Fisk sometimes would, he was a feisty fella, and a lot of guys took an extra run at him early in his career. He's backed off a little bit now.
Of course, we mentioned yesterday and on prior telecast, Fisk is playing with a broken rib. You mentioned that hurts. He's shaking it off. He'll stay in there. No balls and 1 strike. The count on Greg Nettles. The Yankees are leading 7-4 here in the 9th inning. Right at the second baseman, Jack Brohammer, and he throws him out. 1 out in the 9th. Roy White will step in against Bill Lee. Roy has gone 3 for 4. All 3 hits have been off the glove of the shortstop,
Left field.
Burleson, but all of them clean base hits. There are none of them Burleson could have played or caught. He got 2 all of them. That Ephus pitch, just a slow curve. Lee sometimes will throw what he calls the Ephus pitch, blooper pitch up there at the plate. Sails it up about 20 feet in the air. Hopes it comes down somewhere in the strike zone. They don't hit it. 2 balls and no strikes. Roy saw something wrong with that baseball, and it's tossed out of play. An umpire will never call for a ball unless the hitter requests it. Unless the ball is obviously fouled down in the ground or off a shin guard. 3 balls and no strikes. This is Lee's second appearance in the series. He's got a bad foot.
Allegedly?
Allegedly. 3-1. Told Zimmer twice he wouldn't pitch. And he told him he would.
I think Zimmer a little bit upset with Bill Lee.
Ball 4. White is on. For the press up here and back in New York. When I say New York, I got to qualify the New York area. Jersey papers had a story. Don Zimmer not too happy with Mike Torres.
Well, you'd be happier a little bit more with a guy who's won 15, 16 ball games for you than a guy who might refuse to pitch for you when he's needed. At least Torres goes out there when his turn comes. He talks quite a bit.
Bucky Dent is up. 1 out, 1 on. Lee gets the fastball over. Bucky has singled twice, driven in a run, scored a run, and grounded into a pair of double plays. The Yankees lead 7-4. The Yankees have 17 hits in the ball game. 66 hits in the series. 42 runs scored so far. Two balls and 1 strike.
Yankees have put a lot of pressure on the Boston Red Sox bullpen, Frank, and the effects of that certainly won't be seen until Baltimore leaves here and probably next weekend when Boston comes into Yankee Stadium.
That's a smash for a base hit. And White, the throw will be behind him, but he gets back to second.
White normally would have gone on to third base, but he's playing with a sore Achilles tendon, gives him a lot of trouble, and Roy sort of runs the bases one at a time.
That is the third hit of the ball game for Bucky Dent, and his 7th hit in this series. Just about every Yankee has fattened his batting average. It all started out in the first game of the series Thursday night when 13 Yankees had base hits. Paul Blair's batting for the first time since replacing Mickey Rivers, a 178 hitter, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Strike one. We're in the 9th inning. Runners first and second. 1 out. 1-1. The lower half of the Yankee batting order has 9 of the 18 hits. The lower third, Nettles, White, and Dent each have 3 hits. Bill Campbell is up in the Boston bullpen. Ball 3, it's 3-1 on Blair.
Well, if Lee does not get Blair, I'm sure we're going to see Campbell, because Willie Randolph, a right-handed batter, is on deck. I see Minnesota beat Milwaukee 3-1.
That'll slow the Brewers down a little bit. They were just 4.5 games out. Burleson to Brohammer. Save it first. They get 1. White goes to third. Blair save it first. Dent is out, 6-4. That pitch was almost in the dirt. It was 1 out of the strike zone. Brohammer handled the ball quickly, but his throw was not true, and Blair would have beaten it anyway.
Here's some final scores, Frank. Cleveland beat Detroit 7-4. Chicago beat Seattle 2-1. Minnesota over Milwaukee 3-1. We gave you that score earlier. In the first game, Texas 2 and Oakland 2 at the end of 3.
Willie Randolph, the batter. Willie is 2 for 3. That slow curve is over. Fans like that pitch. Willie has walked twice, singled twice, scored twice, stolen a base. Roy Wyatt over at third. Paul Blair out at first. 2 outs here in the ninth. 7-4 Yankee lead. Popped him up. Burleson, the shortstop. And we've completed 8.5 as the Yankees leave 2 men on here in the top half of the ninth with a score, New York 7 and Boston 4. And what about the rest of the scores, Bill?
Yeah, we have some in the National League, Frank. Pittsburgh and the Mets having a slugfest at the end of 7. The Mets lead Pittsburgh 9-8. The Cardinals and Philadelphia playing in Philadelphia. It's the Cardinals 6, the Philadelphia Phillies 6 at the end of 9. They're going extra innings in Philadelphia at Veterans Stadium. The Cubs lead Montreal by a score of 5-3 at the end of 7. Cincinnati beat the Giants 8-1. And the Dodgers now lead Atlanta 5-2 at the end of 4. And the final National League ball game, San Diego 2, Houston 1. At the end of 5 full innings of play. J.R. Richard, the Major League's leading strikeout pitcher, is pitching for the Houston Astros.
Okay, Bill, we'll go to the bottom half of the ninth here at Fenway. The Bo Sox will have Carlton Fisk, Gary Hancock, and George Scott coming out in that order against right-hander Goose Gossage. Just amazing the way the Yankees have played baseball in this series. It's also amazing the way the Red Sox have played in this series.
I think the key to the series, Frank, in the verbal war that goes on prior to any big series, Bob Lemon saying, hey, all we've got to do is come in here and split and to get the Red Sox back at home, and I think we'll take them. Yankees came in loose. They came in very aggressive, hitting the baseball, stealing bases, making the plays on defense, getting good pitching all the way, and have a chance here to win all four, which is almost unheard of playing at Fenway Park.
All right, we'll go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. Fisk is 1 for 3. He drove in a run with a double in the fourth inning. Ball one. Unlike the first 3 games of the series, the fans have not left this one. Stands are still full. 2 balls and no strikes on Fisk. Goose Gossage came on to pitch the 7th inning. So he's in his 3rd inning. He's allowed 1 run unearned, given up 1 hit, walked 1 and struck out 1. Two and 1 on Fisk. Popped him up, Willie Randolph. And there's 1 out. Gossage, if he finishes this game and the Yankees win it,
Number 38.
would pick up his 23rd save of the year.
Right field.
Gary Hancock is the batter. He's 0 for 2, batted in a run with a sacrifice fly. Ball 1. Ed Figueroa started, would stand to gain his 16th win if the score holds. Ball and a strike. Surrounded by him, strike 2. Struck him out, 2 down. This was the first game that skipper Bob Lemon, you look at Yogi Berra there, Art Fowler, the pitching coach, next to him. Bob Lemon leaning against the wall of the dugout with the glasses on, just to the left of Yogi. There's Ron Guidry and George Scott, the batter. This is the first game that Lemon has had to go seriously into his bullpen. Ken Clay came in to pitch the first game. That is slicing foul when Cat pulled the groin muscle. Then Beatty had to be relieved by Ron Davis to get the final out on 1 pitch Friday night. Yesterday afternoon, Guidry went all the way. So this is the first serious use of the bullpen in the series by the Yankees. Strike 2 to Scott. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gossage now just hopping and popping out there. Yankees may be 1 pitch away from tying for first place in the Eastern Division of the American League. That's out of play. Yankees overcoming a 14-game Boston Red Sox lead. $14.5 at one time, Bill reminds me. Correct. 14.5 game lead. 14? Well, y'all get together over there.
I'm talking to Mickey Morabito here. He's got all the stats. And Mickey says 14. You were right the first time, Frank. I threw you off.
That's right. 2-2 pitch. And it's a ball. 3-2 on Scott. I'll tell you, it's been one of the great comebacks, and of course would be greater if the Yankees go out and win the division. But this series does not end it. This is not the end of the season. Did he go? He did not. Scott walks. An appeal to Derwin Merrill said he did not swing. That is ball 4. So the Red Sox stay alive as Scott walks for the second time.
Eddie Yo's trying to get Hobson's attention. He wants him to take a pitch. Zimmer put up one finger in the dugout of the Red Sox. He probably wants Hobson to take at least one pitch.
Maybe a strike. May make him take a strike.
Well, that's what he wants. He wants him to take a strike. I'm sorry, I didn't say it the right way. He wants to make sure he gets one strike on it before he starts swinging the bat.
That's ball 1. The Yankees lead 7-4, 2 outs. And there's the strike, so we would presume now Mr. Hobson would be on his own. 1 ball, 1 strike. If the Yankees win, it would be the first time they've swept a 4-game series at Fenway Park since 1943. September 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Yankees swept a 5-game series. That was in 1943 here at Fenway Park, by scores of 11-3, 9-3, 4-0, and in the doubleheader 1-0 and 9-6. In 1943, a 5-game sweep. They have not swept a 4-game series, let alone 5 since. 1-2 pitch. And that one is not going to be off the wall. This ball game is still going. Sox can bring the tying run to the plate. A long single moves George Scott to third, and it's not over yet.
Here it is again, ball right down the middle for Hobson, and he gets all of it. White makes a good play. He plays this ball just like Yaz does. It comes back to White, and he gets the ball to second base, and that's an important thing too, Frank, because they still have the force at second base with the left-handed batter Jack Brohammer up.
Brohammer doubled his first trip. Strike 1. A ball, it's 1-1 on Brohammer. Runners at first and third. The Yankees lead 7-4. The tying run is at the plate. There are 2 outs. In the air to left field, deep again. White at the wall's got it, and the ball game is over. The Yankees have swept a 4-game series from the Red Sox and have tied Boston for first place. Bill White will wrap it up for you. The final score, the Yankees 7 and Boston 4.
Oh, Frank, the Yankees had 7 runs on 18 hits. They made 1 error. The Red Sox 4 runs on 5 base hits. They also made 1 error. The winning pitcher is Ed Figueroa. He's 16-9. The loser, the starter for the Red Sox, left-hander rookie Bob Sprowl. He's 0-2. And the Goose Gossage, he sort of scared everybody, picked up his 23rd save. So the Yankees right now with Boston even. Both teams, Yankees and Red Sox, won 86 ball games and lost 56. The Milwaukee Brewers are 82-60, and they're 4.5 games back. So the Yankees come in and do what might be considered the impossible here at Fenway Park, winning 4 straight ball games and leaving here even with the Red Sox in the American League East. That's it. Final score. Bill White for Frank Messer and Phil Rizzuto and Don Carney. The Yankees 7, the Boston Red Sox 4. Thanks for tuning in. Our next Yankee telecast will be Tuesday night at 8 o'clock from Tiger Stadium. The Yankees against the Detroit Tigers. Participating advertisers were the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Toyota, it's great to be a Yankee, and it's great to be the official car of the Yankees. Now's the time to get more than your money's worth at your local Toyota dealers. Manufacturers Hanover, where it's banking the way you want it to be. Burger King, where you get the best darn burgers, always flame-broiled and juicy. Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time, with a full line of quality home electronics products. And the New York Yankees.
A two-run home run from Glenn Borgman for two of their runs. Dave Goltz, a 20-game winner last year, won his 12th. Bill Travers lost his 9th. Texas is playing a doubleheader at Oakland to make up for last night's rainout at the end of 4.5 innings. In the first game, it's Texas 6 and Oakland 2. Doyle Alexander pitching for the Rangers. Jim Norris started. Worth in the 4th for Oakland. The California Angels scored 5 runs in the first inning and now lead Kansas City 5-0 at the end of 2. Don Baylor hit the 3rd grand slam of his career for California in the first. It was his 32nd home run this year and the 7th grand slam home run for California hitters this season. California 5, Kansas City 0 at the end of 2. Pardon me, Paul Splitoff started. Doug Bird in the first for the Royals. Nolan Ryan is pitching for California. Baltimore and Toronto had the day off. The Yankees beat the Red Sox 7-4, and I'll be back with the National League in a minute.
In 1969, Jackie Stewart won his first World Racing Drivers' Championship. He repeated in 1971, then again in 1973. What Jackie Stewart doesn't know about cars hasn't been written.
I do know that cars just don't perform the way they used to. One of the reasons is the unleaded gasoline that the new engines call for. Unfortunately, most unleadeds don't have the power that gasolines used to have. Well, Getty Unleaded Regular does. It delivers the kind of power you got from gasoline before they took the lead out. Getty Unleaded Regular actually delivers more power than most other major unleadeds. As an ex-racing driver, that appeals to me. And while Getty Unleaded Regular delivers more power, it costs less than most other major unleadeds. I don't know how Getty does it, but as a Scotsman, that really appeals to me.
Getty Unleaded Regular. More power for less money.
And before we go to the National League, it is time on behalf of the Getty Oil Company to announce our choice as the Getty Unleaded Regular pitcher of the past week for the New York Yankees. And the vote wound up in a tie, so we will have 2. Ron Guidry and Jim Beattie will share the honor as the Getty Unleaded Regular pitchers of the past week, and each will receive from the Getty Oil Company gift certificates good toward the purchase of Getty products. So our congratulations to Ron Guidry and Jim Beattie. On the National League scoreboard at Shea Stadium in New York, a slugfest. At the end of 7 innings, the New York Mets 9, the Pittsburgh Pirates 8. John Milner is homered for the Pirates. Norman homered for New York. Jerry Rice started. Whitson, Jones, and Kent Ticalby now in for Pittsburgh. Jerry Koosman relieved by Dale Murray in the 7th. Dwight Bernard in the 8th, pitching for the Mets. The Mets lead at 9-8 in the 8th. St. Louis outslugged Philadelphia 8-6. George Hendrick at his 19th homer of the year for the Cards. Greg Luzinski, number 30 for the Phillies. Mark Littell got the win. He is 2-8. And Ronnie Eastwick charged. Nope, not Ronnie Eastwick. Ron Reed, I beg your pardon. Ron Reed, that's right, charged with the loss as the Cardinals won the ball game in the 10th inning with 2 runs. So Mark Littell, the winner, and Ron Reed, the loser. The Cardinals beat the Phillies 8-6. The Cubs over Montreal 6-3. Rick Russell got his 14th win. Woody Fryman took his 10th loss. Ellis Valentine hit his 23rd homer of the year for Montreal. Cincinnati big over San Francisco 8-1 despite only 7 base hits for the Reds. Tom Seaver got his 13th win against 14 losses. Doug Bear got his 26th save. And Ed Halicki, the loser, 8-8. Bill Madlock, number 15 for San Francisco, and Johnny Bench, number 22 for Cincinnati, hit homers. The Dodgers down in Atlanta spoiled the debut of Jim Bouton, coming back after 8 years to pitch his first Major League ball game. Bouton started for the Atlanta Braves. He was the loser as the Dodgers won it 11-5. Don Sutton got his 14th win against 10 losses. Bouton pitched into the 6th inning of that ball game in his first Major League appearance since 1970. Rick Mundy hit his 200th career home run in the 4th inning. He liked that one so much he hit his 201st in the 6th inning. His 17th and 18th this year. Davey Lopes also homered for the Dodgers. Jeff Burrows hit number 22 and Dale Murphy number 23 for Atlanta. The Dodgers won the ball game 11-5. San Diego at Houston. They're now in the 7th inning with the Padres leading 2-1. Eric Rasmussen against J.R. Richard. Here at Fenway, the Yankees made it a sweep, and I'll have the story in a moment. The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show is sponsored by the Lincoln Savings Bank and by Magnavox. Well, once again from Fenway Park, here's the Yankee Wrap-Up Show. The Yankees wrapped up the Red Sox in pink twine as they swept the 4-game series. The first time a Yankee team has swept as many as 4 games in this ballpark since 1943, when the Yankees, about the same time of the year, just before mid-September, swept a 5-game series from Boston. The Yankees took this one by a score of 7-4, and after trailing the Red Sox by 14 games, they have now tied for the American League Eastern Division with the Boston Red Sox. The teams have identical records. The Yankees, 7 runs on 18 hits today, giving them 67 hits in the 4-game series. The Yanks committed 1 error, and they left 13 men on base. The Yankees had base runners in every inning. Red Sox, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, with 5 men left. Ed Figueroa got the win. He is 16-9 for the year. Goose Gossage got his 23rd save as he leads the American League pitchers in saves. Bobby Sprowl started it. Sprowl allowed only 1 hit, but he walked 4 men, charged with 3 runs. He lost it. His record is 0-2. I'll be back with more details in a moment.
Here's some very bad news for people who rob mailboxes, and some great news for people who get Social Security, railroad retirement, or civil service annuity checks. Thousands of retired folks will never again worry about checks being laid or lost or stolen. They just filled out a simple form at the Lincoln Savings Bank, and now Uncle Sam automatically deposits their checks directly in their accounts at the Lincoln every month. No more waiting around for it to come. No more lost or stolen checks. No more standing in line to cash them. Every month, the day your check is due, the money is there in your free checking account at the Lincoln or in your savings account, earning interest for you from the day it was due until the day you withdraw it. Interest that can really add up. Uncle Sam and the Lincoln do it all automatically. You don't have to do anything except fill out one form at any Lincoln branch or telephone 782-6000 and the Lincoln will mail it to you. The Lincoln Savings Bank, 782-6000, member FDIC.
Well, the Yankees came into Boston sort of hoping for a split of the 4-game series. They walk out with a 4-game sweep, having scored 42 runs on 67 base hits, and the Red Sox, a much disorganized-looking ball club. Not only did the Yankees sweep the 4-game series, they swept the Red Sox bullpen right out of Fenway Park, and I don't know what Don Zimmer is going to do tomorrow night if Louis Tiant cannot pitch a complete game against the Orioles and Jim Palmer. Let's take a quick look at the scoring in the ball game. As they have in 3 of the 4 games, the Yankees got off in front in the very first inning. It wasn't the base hits. Today it was the walks given up by rookie Bobby Sprowl in only his 2nd Major League appearance. He walked Mickey Rivers, who stole second. Then he walked Willie Randolph. Got a big break, though, and Thurman Munson grounded into a double play, sending Randolph to third, but there were 2 outs. Then Reggie Jackson singled for a run. Sproul could not stand it. He walked Pinella. He walked Chambliss. With the bases loaded, he came out. Bob Stanley came in and gave up a 2-run single to Greg Nuttles. The Yankees had a 3-0 lead Nettles was to pick up 2 more hits and a walk in the ball game, but that base hit by Nettles is the one that really got the Yankees off and running. The Yankees scored 2 runs in the second. Dent single, Rivers struck out, Randolph an infield hit, Thurman Munson bunted for a single, Reggie Jackson grounded out, Lou Piniella, though, singled, and the Yankees had 2 more. The Yankees got another one in the 4th with 1 out, a single by Randolph, a single by Munson, Jackson an infield hit to load the bases, and Lou Piniella got a run in with a sacrifice fly. The Yankees did not score in the 5th and 6th. In the 7th, they got their final run, a single by Piniella leading off, a single by Nettles, an infield hit by Roy White, a single by Bucky Dent drove the run in with the bases loaded, and the Yankees had their 7 runs. The Bo Sox got 2 in the 4th, a pair of walks and a double by Carlton Fisk, a sacrifice fly by Hancock, a run in the 6th on Fred Lynn's 21st home run of the year, a run in the 7th on a walk, a double by Brohammer, and an error by Chambliss, who booted the throw from Piniella in from right field, but that was the end of the scoring. The Red Sox had the tying run at the plate in the 9th inning. Gossage got Brohammer on a fly ball that Roy White caught at the base of the wall in left. A final word on the game right after this. It's trade-in for touch tune time at your Magnavox dealer. Now get big savings when you trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox Touch Tune color television. The TV that lets you tune with the precision of a computer and the ease of a push-button telephone. What's more, you can get a free official 1978 National Football League record manual for just touching a Magnavox Touch Tune color television. That's right, just touch a Touch Tune, and your Magnavox dealer will give you absolutely free the official NFL record manual, complete with all the records and statistics of the NFL. You'll have all the NFL information at your fingertips, all the scores, the draft choices, the all-time records, the regular season schedule, even a special Magnavox NFL television guide, and much, much more. So save big during trade-in for Touch Tune time. Trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox Touch Tune color television, and get the free NFL record manual for just touching a Touch Tune. Now during trade-in for Touch Tune time at your local participating Magnavox dealer through October 1st. And now it's time for our Magnavox Star of the Game Awards, and this afternoon we're going to divide the award between Lou Piniella and Greg Nettles. Piniella wound up this series with 10 base hits in 14 official at-bats. This afternoon he drove in 2 and scored another with a pair of singles and a pair of walks. And Greg Nettles with 3 hits and a walk, 2 runs batted in, a key hit in the 1st inning. So Lou Piniella and Greg Nettles are our Magnavox winners. The winning pitcher again was Ed Figueroa, a save for Gossage. The final score, the Yankees 7 and Boston 4. Frank Musser at Fenway Park. The Yankees have tomorrow off. We'll be with you Tuesday night, 7:45, with the pregame show from Detroit when the Yankees meet the Tigers. Good afternoon, everybody. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox and by the Lincoln Savings Bank.
The News Watch never stops. This is WINS. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world.
It's 5:20 p.m. I'm Clarence Falk. Here's what's happening. An effort will be made to determine where in New York Legionnaire's disease is most prevalent.